Hello. Welcome back. I'm saying welcome back. Greetings, everyone. This Nigeria must work. Oh. Hey, it must work in our lifetime. Hey, brother Ben, welcome. Oh, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Happy Wednesday, Abby. Now, so happy Wednesday. Welcome. Good to have you. Hey, all my new subscribers, now well done. Oh, thank you. I see you all. I appreciate you all. Please continue to subscribe. Let's move the ministry to the permanent site. Thank you, my brother Ben. Thank you. I appreciate you. This fight for a new Nigeria continues. So, my people, I don't know how many of you watched the interview that Aisha did with Kenneth Okonkwo. I don't know if any of you had the time to watch it. I'm not going to play it here. I'm going to encourage you guys to go watch it. So there were some things that he mentioned in that video that I think that, uh, anyone who's concerned about Nigeria needs to pay attention to. These are things that are actionable that everybody can engage in and be a part of. One of the things I heard in that video was, I know, I want to be welcome. Yes, you are an old time subscriber. Now be the grandfathers, the ancestors of this very channel. So I salute you now, especially all my returning subscribers. They are very special, including the new ones. So because when you become a part of this, when you become a part of this platform, your family. I know they see you now like, and they see you now like, when you they go village. I know and many of us they go village that time. When we they go village, you will see all your aunties, people when you don't know, they come, oh, no be you be that. Oh, look at this small girl, she's grown. Hey, how your mama, your grandmama uncle, your grandpapa uncle. Those that know you. You go see them, they wave. Their children go they greet you. They go they bring farm food come. That's how it is here. Matter of fact, we used to have village meetings, so real, for real. And Kene was one of the people. So we used to take turns in cleaning the compound in the village on this channel. So every weekend we'll come with cola nuts, palm wine. We'll come talk about the issues that concern us, our community. Very interesting. I used to do that, but Nigeria politics don't throw away that fun side for now. But of course, I'm going to bring it back at some point, right? So anyway, like I was saying earlier, I don't know how many of you had the time to watch the interview with Aisha Yusufu and Kenneth Okonkwo. It was amazing. I think it's a replay. I want to say it's a replay. I think it's a video that she had with him perhaps last year, if I'm correct. I think so. But anyway, in that video, there were certain things that were mentioned that I think are very, very important. One of the things he said was that everybody needs to be a part. You cannot say you want the growth of Nigeria, you want Nigeria to succeed and not play a role. It's impossible because where we are right now, we are on the ground. We are on the ground. In order for us, our back is on the ground in Nigeria. In order for us to come up, all of us need to be involved. All hands need to be on deck. Okay? As our Nigerian politicians used to say, then they'll say, all hands are on deck. They used to say that a lot. Especially now, all hands need to be on deck. Whichever role you can play. Now, everybody, to be honest with you, I have said this before, politics is life. Unfortunately, we grew up in a country where they kept that away from all of us. Okay, they kept that away. They were very, very clever, and they kept saying, "Oh, politics it's an evil game. Politics is bad. Politics is evil." You always used to hear negative things about politics, but not knowing that they were saying all those things to keep you away from it so that they can hold on to the cleavers of power and do with your life what they want to. Because when you take a look at the length and breadth of the leaders we have in Nigeria right now, I am sure that you can see that we are being led by mediocres. Okay? Complete and utter mediocres from the top to the bottom. Here we are, you and I. We all understand what we need to do, right? a lot of us live in functioning societies, and we've acquired so many skills, so much so that we can literally build that country from the ground up. But here we are, right? So, anyway, in the video, he was encouraging that people should belong to political parties. You don't have to vie for power when you're in a political party. You don't have to. You don't have to, which is true. You can be voting, you can be part of the people nominating, like, doing background checks for people that want to run for office. You can be the kind of people in political parties that cannot be bought because you're already comfortable. What do you need money for, right? Unless you are greedy. Okay, you can be one of those that will say, like, how much you want to give me? Like, no fee work. You see, this country must work for all of us. So I think that anyone who has not seen that video, you all need to go and revisit that video and listen to it. It was very, very, there were a lot of gems that were dropped there. I know that Sid and Kennedy are going to rush here and now be telling me that me, I'm Kenneth Okonkwo's girlfriend. Guess what? I don't care. Now they sabi. Hmm? Now they sabi. Now Sid and Kennedy, they be my brothers, oh. And I appreciate them and I respect them, but now they're always teasing me about it. Me, I don't care. Me, I stand by Kenneth Okonkwo any day, anytime. Until he messes up. If he mess up too, I will come for him, right? So I think that we really, really need to take the business of Nigeria seriously. There's no excuse. We don't have any excuse. I mentioned in my video earlier, because I didn't think I'll be able to make it tonight. I mentioned in my video earlier that, you see, what's his name? DT, Donald Trump won the election. As soon as that man entered, you see, say, in all talk, we need to build new office. You didn't hear that. You did not hear we need to replace cars. You did not hear new aircraft, nothing. What did he do? He started signing. Okay, the things that he wants to do, he started going to work immediately. Let me see if I can pull it up again and go over it with you guys while I'm here. Honestly, all the people that keep saying, oh, give him time, give your politicians time, that are jolloffing, they don't care. Okay. I was reading some of this yesterday, but I didn't get through it all. So let me complete it from yesterday, right? Now, the very first thing he did was he said, one, he wants to put America first in an international environment agreement. He withdrew from the Paris agreement effective immediately. The second thing was, he says, I hereby order delivering emergency price relief. I hereby order the heads of all executive departments and agencies to deliver emergency price relief consistent with applicable law to the American people and increase the prosperity of the American worker. You don't have to like Donald Trump, like him, hate him. I'm just going over what he did the first day. Okay, delivering emergency price relief for American families and defeating the cost of living crisis. Now, hiring freeze, a temporary freeze of hiring until Trump administration is fully in place. Additionally, within 90 days of the date of the memorandum, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, in consultation with the director of OPM and the administrator of United States Department of Government Efficiency Service, right? USDS shall submit a plan to reduce the size of the federal government's workforce through efficiency improvements and attrition. Okay. Then he now says regulatory freeze pending review. Do not propose or issue any rule in any manner, including by sending a rule to the Office of the Federal Register, until a department or agency head appointment or designated by the president after noon on January 2025 reviews and approves the rule. Then return to in-person work. Heads of department and agencies in the executive branch of government shall, as soon as practicable, take all necessary steps to terminate remote work arrangements and require employees to return to work in person at their respective duty stations on a full-time basis, provided that the department and agency heads shall make exemptions they deem necessary. Okay? Now, like it or hate it, bear with me, guys. Now, ending the weaponization of the federal government. The Attorney General, in consultation with the heads of all departments and agencies of the United States, shall take appropriate action to review the activities of all departments and agencies exercising civil or criminal enforcement authority of the United States. Okay, now the other one is restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. It is the policy of the US to secure the right of American people to engage in constitutionally protected speech. Rescind 78 Biden executive orders. Okay, initial rescissions of harmful executive orders and actions, granting pardons and commutation of sentences for certain offenses relating to the events at or near the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. You guys know that story. Application of Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act to TikTok. You know they have already brought back TikTok. Withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization. He's done that. Restoring accountability to policy influencing positions within the federal workforce. Right? Government officials are accountable for election interference and improper disclosure of insensitive governmental information. Okay, and then declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States, memorandum to resolve the backlog of security clearances for executive office of the president personnel, and America First trade policy, clarifying the military's role in protecting the territorial integrity of the United States, unleashing American energy, realigning the United States Refuge Admissions Program, protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship, securing our borders, putting people over fish. They're referring to California here. Stopping radical environmentalism to provide water to Southern California, restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety, promoting beautiful federal civic architecture. Okay, now he did all of this. As soon as he did this and started signing all those policies, guess what? Democrats immediately, one after the other, they don't fire am back to back. As we speak, a number of states came together, that immigration policy that he signed or whatever, they have started to push back on it and fight in most of the Democrat states. Okay, now people are calling him out. I know Bernie Sanders did a video. Bernie Sanders did a video saying that there were things he wanted to hear during Donald Trump's first speech. He wanted to hear about the cost of medication to the American people. He did not cut costs and some other things that he mentioned. Why am I saying this? This is what opposition is supposed to look like. You see that whole idea, especially when the election was over in Nigeria, everybody just turned around and turned the other side and started sleeping. This is 2025. You are talking about election in 2027. What are you putting in place? What is going on? No visible action. No visible action. Some of the things that we just to give you a quick rundown. The life of yesterday, we talked about going back to the grassroots and talking to more people. Places that we're not able to reach the first time. We have ample time now to do it, to get to the people in the grassroots so that we can get more people on board. And for those of you that are in Nigeria and want to be a part of political parties, you don't have to have ever run for position before. You have integrity. We know you. We can test you. Join a political party. Now, I don't know what political party you're going to join now. Everybody keeps talking Labour Party. Personally, I don't feel comfortable with Labour Party. I don't, right? Because of the history, okay? I don't know what's going to happen in 2027. But prior to 2027, why don't people get to work now? This is the time to be doing grassroots work, not to be. See, if there are people that are doing the work on the ground, you cannot come if you're on the ground and you're doing the work and you're doing a grassroots work and you need assistance in some way or the other. You can come on certain lives like this one and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Show us video of what you're doing actively. Right? We see what you're doing, and then people can support whatever it is you're doing. But to say everybody will just fold their hand, oh, I hear sometimes people come in and say Nigeria is gone, Nigeria is gone. But my question is, if we keep saying Nigeria is gone, who's going to fight? Who is going to save Nigeria? Is there not is there not a reason? Isn't there a reason why you're a Nigerian? You think it's by mistake that you were made a Nigerian, you were born in that country? Is it a mistake? I mean, I don't understand. A lot of these countries that we see around, their people fought for them to remain and for the system to work. If we don't fight, then what are we doing? We can't give up. Giving up is not an action, is not an option. It's never an option. It's like you saying you want to become a medical doctor. You keep taking the test and you keep failing, and you say, oh, you know what? I'm tired. I give up. That dream will never be realized. Okay? You can change career and say, okay, you know, maybe this is not working for me, but you at least must be doing something. So for us as Nigerians, we really, really need to decide and talk to ourselves and decide and determine which way forward. It's not just enough for us to talk. Talk is not going to help us. Yes, talk is good, please. Talk is good, don't get me wrong. But aside from talking, there has to be action on ground going on. People have to be doing things on their own. You cannot wait for somebody else to come and do everything for you. And then you say, okay, and no, whatever it is that you're doing, be busy with what you are doing. Own it. That's your thing. And then you can have people come on board to be a part of whatever it is you're working. You understand? Because some of the things that I have seen so far and I've observed, right, is that sometimes you're discussing issues with Nigerians and they tell you, oh, this is what I want to do. Right? Especially in Nigeria, this is what I want to do and all of that. But they are waiting for you. They will fold their hand and literally be waiting for you to come and do all the work. It doesn't work like that. Everybody has to be a part of this. You want a new Nigeria, get to work. You see that the work is not easy. It's not small work. It's not work that, oh, in one election we get a right leader is not going to deliver us as Nigerians from everything that's going on right now. You see the mindset of the citizens alone. You see what's going on with and Ekweremadu's wife was released. Everybody's dancing. Hush puppy, they release her now. Trump, now drum, they'll go take welcome man for airport. Is that what we want? Is that what we want to be happening? Because it does not make sense. Right? Roland, welcome. Oh, I see you. Roland say we need to fight. Joining political parties will change nothing. But hello, we can work and chew gum. For those who want to join political parties that know why they are joining, why not? Joining political parties, so we tell us, no, it's not good. Join political parties, it's not going to do it, it's not going to do, but see the monsters that are there. Look at your senators. Look at your House of Rep members. Look at them. You see why it is important to have representatives there. This is the reason. We cannot say, oh, we'll not change anything. If the right people are there, if the right people that are, imagine the likes of Sowore in House of Rep. Imagine that. Imagine the likes of Ahmed Dati in House of Rep. Eh? Imagine that. Imagine the likes of Dele Farotimi in House of Reps or even in the Senate. You think that if we have 2 or 3 of those people, the Senate and the House of Rep will not change? Is that what you are saying? We have to tell each other the truth. We can work and chew gum at the same time. We can. Those who want to join and become House of Rep members, hey, we know them. Okay, let's support them. If they don't work, we come. But the whole point, I think for me personally, because I have said times without number here, election, almost count me out, right? But I am here coming to sensitize people, like, wake up and get to work. If you're talking about election, wake up. This is the time to do the work. You can't go and sleep. Peter Obi came out the other day and said, oh, that the president should go out. T-Pain should go and be meeting the people. There's a lot of suffering in the land. He should take his time and go round. What did they do? They sent a wolf to come and test the mic and see whether the threat will be taken likely. That's what happened, right? He came and put that subtle threat. He has overstepped his bounds. He has overstepped so many times to see how the people react. Since then, nobody else has come out. That's not how you do opposition. Matter of fact, after that, another person is supposed to put out a fiery statement again. You're supposed to be having it back to back. They say we are in a democracy. Let's be doing the democracy now. Because nothing is working. Even the people that are wealthy in Nigeria are slowly becoming poor. Because whatever businesses that they are creating, who is going to now who no get food chop 3 times a day? Now I won't go patronize person for in shop. No. You know? No, I don't believe it doesn't work. You have the wrong people in positions. That is why it seems like it's not working. That is why. It's not this tagging of Black Africa. No. It is because we have the wrong people. Wrong people. Let me tell you, when they talk about, some people will say, oh, I remember military. We've had bad experience with the military in government in Nigeria, right? We have. But look at the military takeover in all these other places, Burkina Faso and the rest of them. Are they not military? Right? Somebody can say, oh, military takeover is terrible, is this, is that. You don't have a freedom of your own. They don't do the right thing. They just do whatever they want. But what is that man doing in Burkina Faso? He's a military leader. So that's why you cannot blanket everybody and say, oh, it doesn't work. It works if the right people are there. And if we work it, if we don't work it, this is how we'll be complaining for the next decade. Is that what we want? And you never know where your children are going to end up tomorrow, because you are not going to be here forever. It is how you make your bed, you lie on it. If nobody really talks and pushes for the right things to be done in Nigeria, that's how the children coming after, that's what they will meet. You see the work that they will have to do, it will be back-breaking for them. It will be back-breaking. This is why everybody needs to get involved. I don't know. You know, I know a lot of people that were tried to be a part of it from here. You know, they wanted to be card-carrying members and all of that. They jumbled all of that. Some people did not even get their card. I even signed up on their website as well. I don't see Shingbai. I don't see anything. You understand? So I don't know. I just feel like this Nigerian, the Nigeria that you and I are clamoring for, that we want to see, we must do what it takes. If you are on the side of election, make sure you start doing the things that are necessary and needed now. Not when 2027 comes, people start saying, oh, this candidate, that candidate, then you now start running kitty. It doesn't work like that. Everywhere in the world, when they're preparing for election, you need to see the opposition. Look at what's happening now with the Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats are going in everything like this now, so the whole camera, any small thing they would analyze them, pick them apart, talk about them, poke them, do. This is what needs to be happening in Nigeria, but nobody, all the PDP, which they call Labour Party, NNPP, all of them, they just be like mumu, they all dey one place, keep quiet. This man just they do whatever he likes. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's not how it's supposed to work. Not be our president, they arrest Dele Farotimi. But guess what? They arrest him. What did they made him even more popular. What about this other guy that a lot of people don't even know yet? Seeking, they arrested him how many times? He came out, he's become more popular. I even read somewhere recently, he just joined the Showore's Take It Back Niger, I think. Yeah, he just joined them. Everybody needs to be active, especially if you're in Nigeria. Anyway, now here I talk and reach. I not talk past like this. I'm going to share my link. If anybody get anything else to add, maybe they can add. Otherwise, I shut it down for the day. I'm not going here come to shout, I beg, today. Because I think that is what if we keep quiet and let things slide and just ignore and say Nigeria is a gunner, it's a who go fix am, is a done. Everybody keeps saying Nigeria, who go fix am, when oyibo go use sense if they never even start to dey enter already, before you know it dey happen like wetin dey happen for South Africa now. Some for inside their land they not fit they get certain places when they not fit waka reach. Strangers don't take over. They follow them drag land where they begin and say okay oya make una stay. See na opportunity they don't give opportunity, they don't build house on top of their head. You get certain places now when South Africans don dey fit enter, when be all white for an African country. So wetin be the talk? Everybody they talk, oh my tribe, this tribe, that tribe, the other tribe. If these people can't take over your land, which mouth you want to talk on? I dey talk am since I say if we not dey careful, if we not fight for wetin God don't give us freely, we allow am to be plundered and anything just dey go like that. Guess what? Anything we see for future, when we take am. It's simple. Giving up is not an option. It's not an option, no. It is not an option. We must do whatever we need to do to ensure that we do not leave a broken society. At least let's even leave the only foundation we fix. Fix the foundation so that going forward, election that will be held on a platform of decency. Not be all this craze when we see up and down the place. Every corner, and there was something somebody said. I don't know, one of the people that asked the question or made a statement during that particular life. No matter where you go in Nigeria, you're going to find corrupt people. Typical example, look at the Edo State. The Edo State governor has promised T-Pain 100% of the Edo vote. How do you think he's going to achieve that? If you and I are sleeping and we allow him get away with it, we cannot turn around and blame him and be abusing the man. No. That means we didn't do the work to make the needed thing happen. There's no part of Nigeria you go to, you're not going to find corrupt people. No part of Nigeria. The same people that are eating the country and making people's lives miserable at the federal level are the same people that are making life miserable for people at the local level, cutting off resources from them. I remember when what's this woman's name? Oh, hey, I forget her name. Oh, she's an actress, but she was very active with them in this LPC. I think she's from Rivers State. Something Dokubo. What's her name? I can't remember her first name now. But anyway, she's always saying it. You people should join politics. Join a party. She's always been singing that song. She's been singing that song. Join a political party. You people, we cannot leave it for these people. The reason why it is this bad is because the right people are not joining. Everybody keeps saying, I don't want to soil myself. I don't want to soil myself. Then how do we get it right? How? If we don't join, if we don't do something, for those people that want to join politics, if you don't join, you have the right idea. How do you achieve it? The only way you can win, the only way you can destroy the enemy is from being within. It's not outside. It's not outside. You cannot from outside you can talk from outside, but you have to find a way to get in. I don't know. Now where I know Rich I talk. So after all, what do I know? I don't know past like this. My sister Queen, welcome. Oh, my darling sister, welcome. Good to see you again. Aluta continue. We here again. So my people, Nigeria reach. I just want us to be conscious of this. All the people when they shout, election this, election that. I want to see action from you people. I really want to see action. Because when the election starts, now like this, sit down, look, now it be monkey business. I go dey look, I go dey observe. Something has to push me to involve myself. I no go just the only sing song when I go to sing now. We want a new Nigeria and a better one. Now who go service that? Who go do that country? Do the equitable thing. Now me I go. Now there I go put my now there I go put my cap. You understand? According to Bubu, I'm not for anybody. I'm from nobody. And for no, how you talk again? Now that same place I did. I'm telling you people. We got to think of ways. We have to think of ways that we're going to get this thing away from these demonic people's hand. Let all your going to church not be in vain. All those die by fire, die by fire. This is the time to prove that they are really dead by fire. Hmm? Quinty, you go rewind, yo. You go rewind. I talked about quick lowdown is that I talked about the interview with when what did they call her? Aisha Yusufu did with Kenneth Okonkwo. I think it's a replay. I think so because it seems like it's a replay, right? So Kenneth Okonkwo was talking about what we need to do as citizens so that we can get the country working, our roles. Well, we have to, because he's encouraged that people need to be a part of the politics. You have to join a political party. You don't have to run for any position. You just have to be in the party, which I agree with. Right? People need to do that. If you're in Nigeria, you have that you can join. Let's find the good people that we can push in there. I don't know who good people be for Nigeria, unfortunately. But there's a place we can start from. All the people that entered, they were all waiting by the wings. The moment Peter Obi entered, they just enter the party, win all the elections. Today, all of them don't move to APC. By the way, Nedu Nwoko don't enter APC. Abi, una never hear that one. The man has moved to APC. Don't abandon PDP. What kind of party is PDP? God, I beg you. So there's zero opposition. The work of the opposition is to be giving these people bumper to bumper. When Jonathan was there, T-Pain was not giving Jonathan space. T-Pain was galvanizing. Have you people seen T-Pain's tweets about Jonathan during Jonathan's time? He don't let them rest. They came together, put differences aside. And strategize and plan a huge, massive protest. What are we doing? Hey, I don't know. I'm here for a new Nigeria. I don't know what else. Now that song me can sing for here today. I thought I no go take for here. Make I just quick do this one. Put them out there again. Make una know. There's something else I wanted to share before I go, guys. Where is this? So I hope hey, let me see. Where was it? Come, what's all this? Peter Obi, that he did not comment on the raid that happened with the EFCC person and all of that. Now, wow. People making stupid comments about that. I'm like, is the man the president of Nigeria? I don't understand. They don't bother T-Pain. There's Atiku. There's Kwankwanso. Why is nobody tagging them and saying, come and talk? When they look at the massive poverty in the north, nobody start, and is another one of these Buhari people that work for Buhari is the one that keeps dragging Peter Obi every single time, dragging him. Nobody is calling Atiku. Nobody is calling Kwankwaso and the rest to come and comment. It's only Peter Obi that they are calling. Wetin concern Peter Obi concern EFCC matter when happen. Now Peter Obi now they go wetin they call am. Now Peter Obi now they go try arrest. I don't know. That's the thing, right, Queen? I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Like right now, there should be a new political party completely. Forget Labour Party, everything. I don't understand what is going on. I really don't know. It beats me. I really don't know. I can't understand it. Maybe they probably have more information than I do, because the way I look at Peter Obi, he seems like somebody that is on top of the game, but maybe something is slowing him down. You understand? That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, right? Ovie, what you mean? I don't understand. Always sharing something, but person no see the things. So, which things? I don't understand. Okay. Ovie, come in now. Come into the panel and come and talk again. I beg, so that people will hear you again. Because we really, really we need to be talking about this every time. I never spotlight any of our working politicians. I don't even know which other woman they when they politics. I talked about Uju Kennedy. I think Uju Kennedy was going to be the next person I was going to spotlight. Let me see if I can even spotlight her here. So that one is done. Uju Kennedy was the Minister of Women's Affairs Minister, right? I think that's what it was. Barrister Uju Kennedy. Aha. Does she have official handle? Okay, now official handle be this. She was a one-time Minister of Women's Affairs, and then suddenly they just fired the woman. Eh? This woman, I could see the fight in her. Oh. I'm not gonna lie. She had a fight in her, man. I like the way she stood for what was right. I remember when they were trying to marry off those girls, she kind of didn't want that to happen. But I think they put pressure on her. She had to issue an apology. Then the next thing we heard, they fired her. On top of waiting, I don't know. I remember when they were trying to set her up, we were calling her out publicly. I like the way she stepped up for herself. She spoke up and she was like, no, you guys are not going to shut me up, something like that. I think that if they had given her the opportunity, that woman could have done something. She would have made an impact. But of course, they didn't, right? Uh-huh. So the former minister, there was a woman that was a former minister of women's affairs. I remember that woman during the Osinachi's issue when that whole thing happened, when she went to visit and all of that. But apparently, she recently lost her own son. Oh. Mm. Omo. Mm. Anyway, I just want to say Nigeria and giving women opportunities to really become the leaders, right? In certain areas in that country is lacking a lot. And this is part of the problem we have in Nigeria. Because most of the people that are in the Senate, they're men. Most of the people in the House of Rep, they are men. Once they just pay them that money, that's allowances that they give them. Now how to marry other wives, neither they fine, neither they think. That's all they think. When women will be thinking, and I'm not saying that there are no women there that are not corrupt, yes, but women are less likely to be corrupt than men. Most of the time, than men they corrupt pass. Just say, eh? So Uju Kennedy is my spotlight for this evening. Let me see if I can even fix the. It's my spotlight for this woman because this woman don't try. They know they give the woman chance. They know they let her talk what she's supposed to talk now. So they just quickly shut her down immediately. I see her as somebody that was really ready and willing to do something. She was ready to work for the people. But they immediately shut her down because I think maybe she would have been a problem for them. I don't know. Maybe she would have messed up with the status quo, with their plans or whatever. I don't know. So I think that for all of us Nigerians, for those of you that are thinking about election, you want election 2027, people are singing election. Please get your acts together. Get your who's Ashatu Binani? Who's that? I don't know her. I don't know Ashatu Binani. Who's that? Who be Ashatu Binani? I'm gonna use the Uju Kennedy's picture as my profile, as this video profile picture. because she's my spotlight and I didn't bring up her picture, so I have to do her the honors. Um, because I think we need to encourage, we need to actually be putting the word out there that we need more women in politics. It will balance it will balance out. There's just too much testosterone going on in the Senate and Republican in the House of Reps. There's too much. We need a balance, man. Where is this woman? I'm trying to look for a very decent, nice picture of her. APC governor candidate who almost won. That woman not try na thief. They be one thief and give her na. No, that one not be. I not fit spotlight her. I'm sorry. Nah, 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 nah. I can't spotlight her. That woman they buy, she bought it now. She bought it. I can't spotlight her. No way, oh, I beg you. We know how it went now. Eh? When she quickly come out, one can declare herself governor. After she knows say they na buy, they buy her. No, I beg, I no support evil. Oh. I no fit. On top of the wahala when we dey for Nigeria, I'll come add to am by support. No, no, please. Um, okay, there we go. Seen a nice picture of her, you know. But you know what? The women that work, there's this lady that works in Labour Party, the one that did the interview after that Mocha guy said some dumb thing about Peter Obi. I don't know who remembers her name. I can't remember her name. That woman, she's somebody that I think if given the opportunity, she will do very well. Hey, I don't know what's her name again. Oh. Very eloquent lady like that. Fully supporting Peter Obi. The day Peter Obi back like Aradite. Let me see if I can find her name. Hey, after that mocker guy come threaten up his come cause chaos by talking rubbish, nonsense and rubbish. They throw threats towards Peter Obi. The woman come give interview. The way she puts that man in his place, the way she take response. Oh my goodness. I say this is wonderful. Let me see if I can find. Oh man. Um, mm, let me see. She was robbed because Atiku could not afford to lose his. I don't think so. Was that what happened? I don't think so now. Was that what happened, Kenny? Was that really what happened? They said she was trying to buy. She had bought it. Now buy, she buy am. She buy am oh. I no fit remember this woman name for Labour Party. For any case, now here I go draw the curtain. I beg. I no fit shout. I don talk wetin I wan talk finish. Anything una like, una let me know una thoughts for comment section. Make I go do other things. I get other things when I need to do. I get deadline to meet on other things. So yes, that's what happened. Yeah, now she buy am. So she no not be say she bought it. Now pay she pay for am. It was not fair now, right? So they won't carry and give the woman. She came out and she was trying to declare herself winner and all of that. I can't support that. No. Now people when I know say okay, they make the effort to want to do the work. Now those ones now go spotlight. If they want me with spot, wait to be no. I beg if they want me with spotlight them, make them they do the right things. You see my tell now. This T-Pain government, if the man they do the right thing, if the people when he hire they do the right thing, our music for don't change for here. Wetin for they tell ourselves now, well, they thief and sha, they come through the back door, but they do well. Oh. See what they don't do, see what they don't do. They are not even trying. They don't make you complain. They don't make you keep quiet while they loot. Ha! No, now. But they're not giving anybody any opportunity to even praise them. Nothing to praise. You know, should I be praising the suffering that is going on where people they unalive themselves? They eat. You can't say they get people and they eat people for Nigeria. Eh? I beg, I know they fall in love with them. That one don't reach me to take no. That one happen, that election be say not be she win when they carry give am. Nah, no, I know they do any research. Make I see. Aisha Binani. Make I do thank God for Google. When I see am. Wait, now she enter Labour Party, come become something, take position for Labour Party. No. Okay, she's a former member of the House of Reps, right? Nigeria. She's Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed, popularly known as Aisha Binani, a Nigerian politician and entrepreneur who was a senator for Adamawa Central from 2019 to 2023. On May on March 30, 2020, she was appointed Gimbiya Adamawa by the Adamawa Emirate Council. Um, okay. She was member of the Senate 2019 to 2023. Wait, is she not the one that they now brought in as the acting chairman of Labour Party? Am I mixing it up? Really, she's the best female politician in Nigeria currently. Wait, I think she's the one that was, or maybe I'm mixing it up then. I think there was a lady that ran as governor. Now she owned the printing place. Which printing place with that? Which of them they do, which of them the family they do the NYSC uniform? Now wow. Ovi, come and tell us now. I beg. Too many things they happen for Nigeria. Not on my head is full. On top of the work when I they do another things. Who get power to take they do all this work when you give me this evening? I don't see much about her on Google apart from mm, hey, Nani. Let's see. Adamawa governorship. Hey, now she they carry this thing give now. She bought it with money. Eh? She buy am with money now. Okay, let me see. Political career. Make I see. Okay, 2023 Adamawa governorship election. Binani decided to contest for the position of governor of Adamawa in 2023 in a competitive primary election that involved prominent figures such as former governor Jibrila Bindal, Pioneer Executive Council, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Nuhu Ribadu, and influential federal legislator Abdulrazak Namdaz. She emerged the candidate. She received 430 votes, with the runner-up Nuhu Ribadu receiving 288 votes. Ribadu filed a lawsuit challenging the validity of the election. In his suit, he sought the nullification of the exercise and requested the disqualification of Binani. Ribadu based his claims on allegations of vote buying. There were issues of vote buying, over voting, and delegate inducement during the election. I remember the lawsuit raised concerns regarding the integrity and fairness of the primary election process. In 2022, the Federal High Court in Yola made a decision to nullify the primaries. Following this development, the First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, an indigene of Adamawa herself, encouraged Binani to accept the court's ruling and consider joining the ticket as Nuhu Ribadu's deputy governor. However, Senator Binani chose to challenge the court's ruling at the appeal court. In November, the appeal court reinstated her as a governorship candidate, allowing her to continue her candidacy. She was officially declared the winner of the election and was the flag bearer of APC. Come on now, Ovie. Still they talk. These women, they're not pure. Some of these women, I beg, we know as they enter now.
See,
I not sabi the game. I don't want sabi cheating, please.
make I tell you,
Not teach me bad.
this see, just think am first. She is the first female in Nigeria to win a major political party primary ticket.
How she take winner? How?
My! See, how they take they win party ticket for Nigeria? Answer me now. How they take they win party ticket for Nigeria?
I don't know. I did here. How you ask me question?
So why you call the question our own? When every other person win, you question them. Why you the question our own?
Of course. What are you saying? Of course I question her.
No, see, that's what I see. You just think I'm first.
Now
hold on now.
Oh yeah, now talk.
Just say, let's say she go market, go buy her. But see that think her first. For 25 years, she's the first and only female to buy major primary tickets. Just think her first. You know how many governors don't come pass for Nigeria? 36 every 4 years. She is the first person to buy one party, major APC for that matter. You know what it means?
They enabled her now. There's a lot of money behind her. You know how
that's see. Yesterday we talking about something, right? They know they carry any person. They say they help or they enable. There's something that you know or you sabi. You see, 36 states now from north be that to 36 states as we sabi grammar is for south. Nobody, no, from Edo to Enugu to Calabar. Women know they come close. So if we say anybody, any female get opportunity to
come close to
even win major party primary, not be able to win the governorship there. Be primary, just like when Hillary become a women primary for Democrat, it was a big milestone. Make you just see as you did now, make you just win party primary first. Think major primary, either PDP or APC. That's never happened now. Only if you don't do them. You say she buy. Other people, how they do them? They still are. No be buy, they buy their own too.
So that's what I say. You talk and say she buy them, not be say.
No, now you they talk say she buy them. That's why I ask you. Say other people, how they do them?
That was obvious. Can we speak the truth about it? She bought it. Whether she was the first woman or not.
Listen.
Circumstances surrounding her emerging as a candidate.
Stop saying what you cannot do. Hold on. Stop saying what you cannot prove. If they can't arrest you now, you will say, oh, no, injustice. You cannot prove it. You just hear them. I just ask you, other people, how they take back do their own? They don't be bad that they buy their own. If you say she buy her own.
Allegedly, because I don't know whether you work for them.
No,
allegedly,
hold on.
It was said that the way she take enter is no pure. Allegedly.
You don't pass. See, you get platform, right? No, if you are not sure of it, don't go there and say allegedly. I just tell you why be saying now on you the question. Have you ever questioned every other governor on how they take their tickets? Why would I own be different?
I have questioned every other governor. That means you haven't been paying attention to me. That's what it means. I have questioned every other person. So why should she be different? Tell me why.
See, it's I no get energy because see, no worry. You know why? You know why I like this thing? With time, whereby time maybe in the next 20 years, because say, oh, oh baby, they tell me this thing, oh. Una today, you have to sit down, use your own intelligence, study the environment that you are, how the environment they work first. What are the rules and regulation of that environment? How is the game played? You cannot say, oh, you have to say, how is the game played?
How
So
is the
they
game
tell you, say,
played?
for the past 25 years, for the past, they do election every year. She's the only female in Nigeria to fit buy one major president. Not be say she win, oh. That's not what we are talking about. She's the only female to fit buy, according to you, to fit buy president. That's so she
No,
can protect
not
her first.
according to me. According to you. Now you talk am. I didn't say it.
No, no, you say she buy,
No, no,
she buy
no.
her.
You are saying that in the how many decades you talk, you say she's the only woman that has been able to buy, being able to win a
Yeah.
primary.
Yes.
According to you, not be
She's
say
she now they tell you, say she will just process her first. What does that even say? That's that you don't even need to go any. If you don't understand what that means, it go dey difficult for you to understand anything after that one, because you need to understand what that means first. For
she get the
Nigeria,
money. She get the
for
money
Nigeria,
now.
hold on, the biggest democracy in Africa, right? Women did the oldest, but she for 36 states, 25 years, only one woman. Nine
Tell
don't
me how
forget.
she okay.
Hold on, hold on.
Educate me. Tell me how she take winner.
Oh
I'm
my.
here. I'm listening. I don't know. Since you tell me how,
Like,
please.
I don't stay you. I just give you the foundation. I say, first thing, the environment where you want to talk about study and what are the rules and regulations? How is the game played? You need to understand that first. If you don't understand that, then every other thing you know go make sense to you. Understand the
You
game played.
understand now how she take win now they ask now. She be at the ask you now. Well, okay, well, what am
The
I mean?
same way,
Sorry,
the
no,
same
yeah.
way, the same way where Peter Obi take win Abga, the same way where Bola Tinubu take win AD, the same way where Benedion take win, the same way where every governor they take get ticket for major primary. Now she take one. She's not a witch. She's also a human being, Nigerian like every other man. Okay, she not do anything special than what every other man is doing. But that's not the point.
So what's the point?
What you should be concerned about, how come for the past 25 years with 36 state governor, only one woman nine don't fit get major party ticket? Oh, no be saying now one woman don't win. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. That you should be concerned about.
Concerned about what? What should I be concerned about?
Okay. Uh, uh, somewhere. I no get power this night. I no get power.
No, you say make I dey concerned. I'm trying to clarify. What should I be concerned about?
That's what I'm
I
saying
mean,
now.
I'm
If that
not arguing with you. I'm asking a question. You said I should be concerned. Concerned about what? About the fact that she came in and she had the money to buy it? Is that what you're saying? Or that she won, she became a candidate in a major APC? Come on now. APC party. Come on. I'm not saying that what she did
these
is,
old men,
in her
these old
own,
men, these
in her
old men,
own.
these old
eh,
men go govern us. They'll go on for another 60 years. If
but
na so
guess
una
what,
dey take
though?
dey,
Does it
if
mean
na
that
so
she's
una take
going to
dey,
come in
if
and
na
do
so una take
different
dey
things?
if na so una take dey process things, another 60 years, these old men go run us. That's
It's
simple
matter
as
of
that.
whether not so they tell you, but it's now up to you to break it down and say, okay, this is where I'm coming from. Here is where I'm coming from. Don't try and model it. Just say, okay, the reason why I think that she's done excellently for herself that you're not seeing,
You are not,
right?
you are
Is
not.
because
Omo
wait,
listen.
nah, let
Omo
me
yen,
land.
listen now. See
Wait,
that.
let
Oh
me
my
land
God.
my point. Nah, let me land my point. So you say, okay, oh, this woman, the reason why I feel say light need to be shone on her is because it's not easy for the landscape or where she did, right? She had the money. She decided she wanted to run as a candidate. Regardless of how she got it, I feel like a light needs to be shone on her because she went against the grain. Regardless, let's take away the fact, okay, the processes with which but she was able to achieve that. For that alone, I think the light should be shone. That's all. But you tell me, say, oh, this one, I'm not going to accept something that is wrong just because the person wants, she's a woman. No. It has to be properly done. But because we know, say, the landscape of Nigeria is what it is right now, and you are not saying to me, okay, yeah, we need to shine light because you want to still try regardless. I cannot validate the process when we know, you and I know. Come on now. So I can't say, oh, you know what? Yes, I have to praise that. No, we know, and especially the party when you mentioned now. Come on now. Come on. If you are telling me that, I will accept it. I was okay, well, fair enough. It's not easy for a woman, especially coming up in that way and, beating the grain, going against the grain and coming out however way. For that, yeah, but I'm not going to shine the light on her because I can't. That's it. It's against my principles, man. I'm sorry. I grew up in Nigeria. My life was not like that. All this ugliness when we see now is very, very unreal to me. So that's that. So exactly, right? Through rigging, I won't be. Now that one I want to talk. If you come here, come the when I vituperate they call am, because them no get the money to buy the farm. How many women get the millions to buy? How much was governorship fund? Was it not in the millions? Exactly. You know, the way the woman, yeah, she get money. Exactly. How many women go fit buy their farm when they sell for millions? Exactly. Even if they get the money, if me get the money, I no go buy. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna buy. That's crazy. Eh? I beg. We cannot start validating illegitimacy. That's my stance. So I'm sorry, I can't validate it. There are women through whatever means, they went through hell just to get to that position. All the senators, the two senators that I already highlighted, and then Uju Kennedy, she was a minister of women's affairs. I saw her efforts. She don't like her, but she tried. She was trying to do something. She was really pushing for it. You could tell she was very passionate about what she was doing, but I think her hands were twisted behind. So there was so much she could do, but you could see the passion in her. That's why I'm shining the light on her. Not because what she's a minister position. She been appointed, they appoint them. She was not elected, but she did the small when she fit do. Come on, hopefully people remember her for that. In the midst of men. I remember when she was fighting for trying to prevent those orphan children from, getting marrying them away. They came for her. They made her apologize publicly. It's not easy, you know. Yesterday, Ovie gave us wrong facts, which I want to correct. Okay. He said there's no country where one electoral body controls election. That's not correct. In Australia, they have one body, AEC. Okay. I'm sure he's hearing you, Ovie. You are quiet, but Sid has corrected you. Say in Australia, they have one body, AEC. Okay. Noted. The problem is not INEC, but our process of nominating. Exactly. Right? People will come, they'll say they want contest for election. Me, I no go agree. If I'm running for a position, don't cheat for me. I beg. If I not feel win on my own credit, then so be it. Not be do or die. The attitude we have in Nigeria of trying to get in power by all means necessary, do anything just to get there, unacceptable. Abeg, e no worth am. I no want am like that. Abeg. If I run, if let's say I be the kind person wey I wan run, I wan be politician and I wan run for office of governor or I wan run as president, vote for me on my merit. Because if you can't go vote for me, or you can't go vote for me, go do mago, put me for there. The work reach, I no fit do am. It will be problem, to be shame to everybody that supported me and myself. So why would I want to put myself through that when I know say I don't get the energy to, I don't get everything that I need to be, to be in that position? I will not do it. That's not me. I can't. So no will not encourage something when no or not good. I beg. Say yes, say Binani come out, if throw im heart in the ring, yes, kudos to her, she try well. But the way she take come out, allegedly, because I don't know who Ovie dey work for. Allegedly, the way e come do one kind. That's all. So na him. Sid, welcome, my brother. How you dey now? Thank you for stopping by. This video na short one. Now if you can't find trouble, if you can't enter the chat, yeah, they call me my name like say na him name me. Yeah, I don't understand. They call me as if na my papa. I beg. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I beg, I no fit again. I don't finish what I want to. I don't highlight Uju Kennedy. Uju Kennedy face go show for the video after when I post am. Ovie, thank you very much. This one wey you quite like pikin when they collect candy for your hand. Thank you for coming inside and rooting for Binani. Aisha Binani, I just said she go hear you and she's very happy with you.
The father in 25 years. Now only one woman. You see, the one thing that will stand out about today's short conversation, that now later, now later you will understand. Now later you go understand. Say, this is what Obi dey try show me. Why no one listen? Now later you go understand now. Maybe now somebody else. Maybe you hear people they discuss it because this is what he was trying to say. So for the fact that in 25 years, now only one woman don't feel whole major party president, and you still could not see anything there, then that's why I just quiet now. So because there's no way I feel explain that now. Unless maybe you see maybe somebody you go don't hear for another, maybe all those professors where they like listen to, maybe they will don't put down in the way you go understand. That's why, because we are talking about where is women's place in politics, because that is the whole point you are trying to. That's why we are shining spotlight on women. Right? That's the whole point. That's what your show is about for today. Bring shining spotlight on women. You are trying to allow where is women place in Nigerian politics. That's why I say, first of all, you need to understand what are the rules. We are not talking about good or bad, and that's the problem we keep making. This one good, this one good. And we are not saying about APC good or no good. We have two major political parties. That is the reality first. Either they're good or they're no good, though. That is not the conversation. So for the fact that if you are to write the history of Nigeria politics for the past 25 years, that's the highest a woman has ever gotten to in an executive position. That's in an executive position, that's the highest, winning just a major political party. That's it. And you could not see anything. That's why I just say, I quiet and look. So it's not about, that's why when you say, okay, let's agree say she buy them. How other people did they do them? That means that is the norm that is obtainable there. We are not saying it's good or it's no good. Again, now only us they put morality over law or the reality of our life. That's the that's not, and that's where now waiting be our major problem be that. This holier than thou, now they kill us, and now waiting people they use cheat us be that too. That's not the point we are talking about. Either she buy, she no buy. That's why I say others, how they take they do am. She's not doing anything different from what the men are doing. She's not doing anything different than what the men are doing. So that means she knows something. She sabi something. She that sabi how the game is played. So again, that's it. She still get back to what we talked about Kemi yesterday. So all these things, Moku they put there, Moku just now we have to talk to the younger ones that are coming up. Why if they ask you, how come we never get female governor? If anybody asks you, you come begin things, say, how can the closest any woman don't ever be to campaign for that level? Say now she's the only female that hold a major political party. That's an achievement. I mean, as ridiculous as that sound, as ridiculous as it sound. So yes, that's why Moku forget say na mura when are good, no good. Oh. This is where we are now. Until we recognize that we cannot get out of it. We have to actually say this is where we are. That's why I say all those old men go rule us for a long time. If they say no, this is our reality first. Let's face it. That's the only way we can deal with it. You understand? If now buy she buy them, is worth studying. How come no other woman don't have to buy for data, for Bini, for everywhere? Why are the men also buying? Like that's the entry question we would ask, because that's where we will find solution. Especially when we are not sure. That's why I say, what is the process? Now APC will they talk about? How much he get? When Atiku did there, the Badu did there. These are potential presidents. When I say potential president, the Badu stand as the number one candidate after Tinubu from APC. In a state that have Atiku Abubakar from another party. So if now she buy her way reach there, look at which people she spend money pass. She spend money pass Atiku. She spend money pass the Badu who Tinubu de you and Tinubu now 5 and 6. Who is our national security advisor right now? So at times, people just sit down. Just that's why I say, look at the game, the rules and regulations that is at play at that time. Forget it's only Adamawa. That's why I pointed it out now. Adamawa. I nobody thought they make you even highlight as I just they bring women where they out there, where they actually play the game. Because by the time we begin analyze what these men are using against women in political field, you will respect her. Because deliberately, these men they set a meeting for some hotel for some odd hours. Deliberately, they just to put us. We told me and you agree here that they say anytime where any woman fuck up as a politician, they make sure their career finish. And we were able to point some few women out. So that's why I say, what is the rules of the game as is obtainable? We cannot change it. We don't like it. But if we don't pay attention and study it, we will not even know how they manipulate things, which is why we are talking about the electoral manipulation. If we don't pay attention, block all the noise out, see how they move around, we can never defeat them, right? So the only way for us to actually stand a chance is to know how they move, because they are not spiritual. But now when they make noise like this, then go just they sneak around, they push their things, they go like that. Before you know, everything will be unaware again. So it is not, I'm not saying, oh, she's the best example. It's not about her. It's about the process she has able to conquer. You understand? It's not about her character, and that's not what we are talking about today. It's about the fact that she was able to stand in the midst of all those lion men with money and everything, and they were able to support her, because that's another thing. Oh, for her to win the ticket, that means the party support her, which is what we were talking about Kemi yesterday. That means the party that she's supporting are behind her. So that's a credit. That's something we should see. Okay, how did it happen? How to beat all these men? But most importantly, why they say how? Now we'll come now look at it from the north and south perspective. She's coming from the north. Now when they thought say north they oppress their women, how come she was able to put it away? That what is wrong with, like, there's so many questions we go need to ask, instead of just say, oh, she's down, she's bad. No, nobody bad, nobody good. We know no one. They don't, she do, until you know person, you don't deal with person before that go say, okay, that person is evil bad. But when it comes to public face, public arena, forget about the person. It is what is obtainable in the public space that you use to judge that person. I don't know if I'm if I'm making sense. So it's not necessarily about whether she's good or bad. It's for the fact that in the first 25 years, every 4 years they do election, and now only have been the first female to hold a major primary ticket. That's something, but it is because you actually know what it means to hold a major primary ticket. It's a big deal.
Okay, now
because
no
you have to be
problem.
there
I
first
don't
before you
know
go fit win.
if not like that she take get her. It's okay. I'm happy for her. Definitely not for me. If you welcome, oh, thank you very much. How you dey? You look good though. Your face shine, your shoe shine. Eh?
You just come back
Welcome.
from Nnewi.
She looks good though. This we breeze better for you, good for your body. Oh.
My sister CEO,
Mm.
make me talk about this thing here. Trump don't become president. Everybody's happy now, right? Including the people waiting for Nigeria. I hate to use this word, useless Nigerians, but to be honest with you, Nigerians, some of them are useless, honestly. I don't know why this, I know it's out of what you're talking about. Why Nigerian problem, American problem will be a Nigerian problem? You people don't even vote. I was getting a comment here. We'll be sworn in. I say, who are we? Who are we? He said, we now, Trump. Trump will give us Biafra. I said, really? Are you even
Sorry, Ify. You see, you see, this guy said, don't correct me now. Say, Mama Taraba, which is right. You see, so there's more to be. You understand? So you know, be say. So I'm not disagreeing with you to say, okay, I should get my part right. You are right. 2007, 2011, right? So, and that's another woman too. I think she is actually she ran for presidential position. She no win. I tell that twice. This Mama Taraba of a woman that I don't know how to pronounce it here, SYD. So it's not contention. I know they disagree with you. We go they say I'm wrong. So yes, they get your part right. So I don't get any part wrong in the first place. I know just go all the way back. So they are the people.
Is this okay?
These women,
Is this okay?
I wish they write book.
They ask you whether you believe. Answer
if yes.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
I wish this Mama Taraba, I wish say she write. I don't know if she write book, because it's something watch now. Woman, we need to study, because she follow all those Tony and then I do that. The Obasanjo there. She was always there. Now she be the only woman at that time. I see they remember her face, but I don't know. I hope she write a book so that the younger people will actually learn how she didn't navigate those days in Nigerian politics. Because yes, they are all bad, but there's something to learn. If you don't learn how they take bad, you go repeat the same thing. You understand? If you don't know how the system they work, how can you defeat the system? So Gumo will learn from them too. No matter how they will disagree with them, but there's something they are getting right. We take that one where they want just 1 and 1 for where they get out. We run away with it. We must not adopt everything.
Ovir, the only thing I
Yes.
know Nigerians or Nigerian politicians know just two things: corruption and money. That is the only thing they know. They don't know anything past this thing. Now, with Nigeria, the Tinubu is gradually turning Nigeria to one party system. Look at Okpebelo or whatever, Okpebelo, whatever his name is, that can't even read figures. It's not saying 2027. I will give Tinubu 100% of Edo. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? But, like I always say, it is not their problem. It is the Nigerians' problem. Until Nigerians are ready to rise up against these people, it's not my business. At this point, I don't talk them. I told you now, Nigeria matter no they face me anymore. If you're ready to take the country back, everybody now is supporting Tinubu 2027 and then Sheyi Tinubu for governor. Are you people okay in that country?
But if he make a ask you, if no be Sheyi Tinubu, is there anybody out there right now that is campaigning?
Why would it be him? Why would he be him? Is it because his father is
No, I ask you question now. And see anybody the way they campaign now?
No, but why would he be? He
So
hasn't
why are
even
we
said.
no hold on now? So why are we hungry that somebody they campaign?
No.
You know somebody-
The reason why we are talking about Sheyi is it not because of his corruption of his father? That's
They
why
no
we're
go know-
talking about
See,
him.
the only way we can stop him is to organize to defeat him. Complain no go make her no go win.
No. This is what I'm saying. That's
Yes.
the Lagos State problem. It's not my problem. It is
Yeah,
their
but we are
problem.
talking we are
If
talking
they
about
want
it
to
now. So
let
that's
him
why they
win, if they want to let him win, so be it. It is their problem. It's not my problem.
if to say that they sure say it's sure for them, they for never start the campaign 2 years ahead. Now what people know understand, but now because you know sure, so now they start them early. Rather people to go foster their own, everybody they complain. I was
No,
like, how do
you
you
know the
this
problem.
guy if they complain?
Look at the problem. Even if the mentality, let's say this guy is gonna contest, right? People, even the deputy governor that I overheard that he wants to contest to, right? They will not contest because they know there will be no chance for them. No matter how much they all gang up against him, they will still not gonna win. Because at the end of the day, it is his father is the president, they're gonna rig the election pass.
Well,
That's the truth of the matter. So if he's gonna come out to contest, nobody's gonna come out. Somebody like Hamzat will not come out and say that he's contesting because he knows.
Still, you don't go blame anybody now. There's no law that say because son of the president contest, nobody else will contest. There's no law like that.
There is no law, but you know what we're talking about.
After all, Jeb Bush come out, Trump come out, Jeb Bush lost. See, this thing,
American election.
no, see, make I tell you something. This thing is psychology. I they tell you, say, if to say Tinubu sure say they go feel win, they no go start campaign 2 years ahead.
Let me tell you,
no sure for them.
Campaign 1 month before the election.
No, that now when it sure be that. Now when it sure be that. This thing is psychology.
It's not.
Now when it sure be that.
There is no psychology about it.
Okay.
You know, if Sheyi comes out 1 month before the election, he will still win the election.
Now lie. Now to they give people power they no get. That's not how reality work.
Okay.
Now nobody say they do am. Nobody say they work. Nobody Bola Tinubu get Lagos.
Okay. Who get Lagos before?
See, Ify. Come on, Ify. See, when we they talk the politics, we different. One person cannot own Lagos. You know, why did they talk like that? Why I mean, come on now.
Why are you talking as if you're in a civilized country? Why are you talking as if you're in a developed country? Why are you talking about a country where you know that one person has monopolized the country as a whole? Why are you talking like
Ify?
Who told you that they're gonna deliver this state?
If actually you they believe, if really actually they believe all this talking point literally, then man, I don't know what to talk.
You know,
look at what you are. Just listen to yourself now. Come on.
No, there's nothing like listen to my. That is what is happening in Nigeria. We are all seeing it.
Which Nigeria
so there is nothing like you telling me listen to yourself.
Which Nigeria first?
You know, it is a fact what is happening in Nigeria. He said he
will
deliver the state. He will. So why are we even arguing about it?
What is now? Which election
have you seen that? Look at what happened in Edo State, when he said he's gonna deliver it. Did he not make it? And it was a promise, and he delivered.
And that's what we want.
So what are you even? Obviously, I don't want to argue. I don't want to.
see,
Let me just
see,
mute my.
see, make I see. That's what we want in Edo. I supported that. You understand? So I don't know what they talk. I am from Edo State. I work for that. I was happy, and I am still happy. We'll go see vote for them again for another 4 years. With the power of Tinubu and power of federal government, we'll go see make it happen. That's what we want. Like, what is this? See, that's this life. Everybody go get your make I get my own. That be the thing. Just because you know they go in that way, we should not make us say, nah, that's not the end. Now then, Tinubu era be this. That's it. I go say now one person they run like, and you say we actually believe. How? How? Haba. If they use them to talk like normal, we understand. But nobody say we actually take it literally. You know, who be Tinubu say na him get Lagos. Now so life they now so life they work. It doesn't all these things know they work like that now. Even the trouble way it doesn't make decision by itself. It doesn't, it can't. That's not how life works. Now human being be come 4 years and get out. It's the same thing with the Tinubu. You come, you get out. Man, people need that stakeholders get that countries, a nation state. I go see now one person get everything. Now that's again, I see psychology. That's what they want everybody to believe. But for the fact that we actually they believe them, they go run off for another 60 years. All these old men, they don't. If to say it's sure for that, you know, go start elect campaign for the 2 years. You know, sure. Man, day we go. Question go day. In order for her to have in a stay in a very solid ground to make your case, start it early and see how the people go receive them. So again, Trump where they complain say the rig am for 2024. Not be 2 years ahead didn't declare to run for election. While is he complaining? All these things now game. But if he no dey sure for anybody, na collection of interest. It's power. No one person they own power. Not in the modern days. Doesn't happen anywhere. Either na inside village or na Beijing. It doesn't happen. So there's nobody out there screaming, shouting on another person. Na Tinubu. So na game. na game be that. Yes, na intimidation too. That's what life is about. Anybody with that position will do the same thing. Use them go do am. Use them go do am. Now when we know when body they talk, no go pardon, no go. When he reach, he go leave the pikin for inside jail. How he go take look his wife and his children when he reach house? Because after all this camera, reality goes setting, you face yourself. How do you answer them? So all this way would they all this way would they do so? Is now we just use and they actually we have to actually face the reality. These people are human beings just like us. That's it. That means that they chop, that they shit. So once anybody they chop, they shit, the person like they touch ground. It's not special.
So, oh, Coco Bioko. Yeah. Yeah, me home. I did, yeah, me home. Not true.
Life
All
brutal.
of them be
Life is brutal. It's unfortunate, but they just tell us, you won't let us know. Say, no, Mogu. Nah. Life is life. Nah.
no,
Nah.
even if life is brutal, we all agree on that. But I think we all have to agree that we all failed in a way. We all failed Nigeria. That's why we're where we are.
Now we be the Nigeria now. We failed ourselves.
We failed ourselves. That's why we're where we are. Because if we had the right people in the different positions, we will not be here spending right now. The argument when I for the argue now, I beg, let's plant this thing sent leave for the garden where they behind that government office so that it will understand. Or let's plant what do they call what's this other plant? What will be the name of this other lemongrass? Let's plant lemongrass to keep all these rodents like snakes away or something like that. Let's plant aloe vera. Now that one for the argue. But here we are doing heavy lifting. It's almost like we're trying to build a country. We not even know. So all that time when they give us light, give us water, it was training us for when we will have to build the country. Because everybody here was like a governor in their own place. It was like you were your own government. Now they provide your own water, provide your own electricity, provide a lot of things for yourself. So my own be say, everybody when they talk about the clamor for election 2027, this is 2025 January. The issues that people should be shouting about from the top of their lungs, and the things that people need to be doing on ground, I know they see action. You understand? The first say I say, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out and just see and observe.
Because
we mean that people should not be easy.
We see the believe that things not divine. You understand?
Okay.
We see the believe that these people get magic and one. Anything where they want, it could just happen. That's why. So once you have that can belief, what you give up easily now. There's no way you won't go organize again. So that's why it does it. No, these people, for you to get down to that level, you need to know say these people's left now. So then they do them. So if we don't understand and study there, there's no way we'll go follow them compete. Because
wait, I want to ask you one question. What you want to make we study for these people? I want to understand, because you say study them, right?
Because Tinubu need another person before he go feel win.
Okay, that's true.
So the question is that who be that person?
Right.
Right? I'm just an example now, right?
Yeah.
So who be that person? You understand? Now, so now because okay, what you give that? That's how it works. Because only he knows that this person must come inside, and this person not come inside unless he strike a deal with her.
Right.
So now that's how it works. So the power, that means the power not only your hand again. Because you don't give this person small for may he support you. You understand? So before you take decision now into that level, you must consult her first. Right? Before Tinubu say you want to exchange rates, them Elumelu, them Zeneba, they could not sit down and they could drive the policy for them. So this is the way to go. You understand? Because now them. So that's how this game works. So that's why I thought say he no get power. Once you come out say you won't be elective position, you are a messenger. You don't get power. You don't get men way get power. They know they come outside. You don't know them. Now there they go meet. Now there they go meet. So Tinubu so he no go fit just wake up for Lagos. This is how things done. Now lie, men they. That's what they do. He not just like the ROL like that, a spokesperson. Which is not saying a game. They don't use that. If we sure for them, nobody say that they do it. So we need to actually recognize that first, that these people they move around and like that's why I thought say for them to keep women far from power, they have to schedule meeting for odd hours. Some stupid places. You go hear the wicked.
Keep women. So you said to keep women from power, right? You think that is because of women that they do those odd hours?
Yeah. What is there for? I mean, night men they run things. There's a reason for all that. So most of it, imagine that they send it the verse, may they allocate special seats for women. And people actually they debate. I was like, una they mad? Why they don't do special seats for men?
For men, that's true.
You understand? People couldn't say, "Oh, that's progress." No, it's not. They are actually putting you for like no. This thing now. If you believe that will be equal, that's where the equality we all talking about, right? Let's have equal, fair. Let's go at the same time. That's why I thought, if every state gain autonomy, we go say we no go do Edo State no go do election like this now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? In order
Yeah,
for get women involved, everything have to be done broad daylight in a market square.
that's true. 9 to 5 kind of thing.
That is here, but in as far you no go fit do that, that means there is a reason. So it is now up to us to find out, okay, why are these men doing like this? Why Wiki are in 5 gangs, they just fly go Paris, they won't go do meeting. Women know there. So there are so many things that if we just pause, just
Mhm.
sit down, ask yourself, this thing don't make sense. There's something going on here. Forget all the da. No, it doesn't really make sense. You understand? No be Tinubu get power now in tax bill never just go straight like that. They create. So
The back tax will never pass.
I'm not it go pass, but they won't get something first.
Okay.
You understand? They know how Christian it is. They won't get so that's how this thing work. But for you to get something, you have to actually believe that yeah, it is possible if you organize yourself well. That's why they are scared of any group of people. Maybe when I just gather when I say they do party, just they happy, make the number just they increase. They will come scatter around. Why? Because there's power in that number. Somebody be just concerned, just put something for 9 and just go against. So they are always very conscious to make sure they're naughty. So now, before people go begin gather, begin say, okay, who will be the better candidate now for this show Molu? Before men go begin gather, now make them throw Seyi Tinubu out. Now everybody don't confused. Everybody begin Seyi Tinubu. Now they go, so they don't forget say, we supposed to organize the fan who go support. You understand? So that is the whole point. They don't scatter everybody plan. Right now, those people will be the plan to go even support the AMSA before now. They'll have to rethink. You understand? So
Mhm.
it's all game. Now, if you come out a month before election, where we say people don't form allegiance, you go pay tire. You understand? You go pay.
Mhm.
For you to maybe you can't go, they beg, go every family house, they beg, they go every club, they beg. They say, no, it's too late. They don't want to do that thing at all. So let's go ahead now and scatter every other person plan and see if it will work. So all these things, so the same thing. Yesterday we talked about how Atiku no go fit come up for Nigeria again because he sees say Obi now is no longer 4 people to in the room. There's a solid number behind them. If you just make any mistake, he is gone. You understand? Forget say that they smile, they lie. That calculation that they go, they as they meet so they take pause of how people will react. We supposed to say now they are work. As you wake up, they go work. So that's what they do. They wake up, they sit down, begin strategize. How do I cause confusion for these people come safe? How do I make that's exactly how they reason? Because that's the only way they can maintain their status. You think say you go fit shut up, you fit carry Obi phone for 3 months, he go sick. You understand? He go sick. Because how he go take check, say, okay, people see they even know say they exist. He's a human being too. He forget all this. He's a human being. It's just that he gets something, he knows something where a lot of people know. That's why he did that position. So just because there's a serious mandate behind Obi, the game all of a sudden don't change. All of a sudden, the North now, they know they feel sleep again. Are we still going to get this our turn by turn 2031? The way Obi is going, it's not sure. You understand? If to say the Fulani able to get power, they probably do this way, do so. They don't get them. They cannot lead without some part of the Southeast agree. Some part of the South say, okay, yes, we agree. They cannot just wake up and declare, say, we won't lead now. It don't work like that. Reality say they must still come south, can't give up power small. So it just we are at a crossroad. We are at a crossroad as a country.
I
And
feel like
go ahead.
go ahead.
And
Sorry.
what can't make things they suit me because The men where they run the country for the past 60 years, now
Mhm.
them they fade out. So
Okay. You think so?
yes, they don't old now.
That's
Them
true.
Babangida, them Obasanjo, them Tinubu. How many years they get again? 10 years, 15 years? They don't go. Or even if they life again, they don't know what they happen. You understand? So now,
Mhm.
this other class where they come, so that's where the power I wanted one. You understand? The agreement we do talk about, we don't know. But the younger people, how do you explain to them? We were there, me, you, and Ifi. We know who understand. We know who know what it means. We refuse to listen, right? Now talk of the younger ones. They don't even know that they talk about like what's the meaning of that. They don't know understand. And you will need them to win. And Obi is already ahead in that category. So which game will now be come for nothing our turn? What do you wanted them? Why is it be your turn? Like what does that mean? So we are at a crossroads. I don't know how it go happen, but we are at a crossroads. So what we need to do now, forget all these men, say then get power, then Tinubu go still need to do something strong before he go feel continue. But most importantly, power will not go back to North automatically just because it's not their turn. It's not. Because we have never had person like Obi before in the whole South. Somebody has millions of votes who have that kind of followership and is not in the presidency. So all we need to do, don't forget all this noise where they just they throw, they give now like no sure there's something will happen. Or the now just the people to just be vigilant. If as I said if to say it's sure say Tinubu go win Lagos, therefore never start campaign now. You understand? Because
Mhm. So you
anybody
think that he
here
was putting that? So that comment, that statement that he put out about when people are coming out, oh, the diaspora has supported, thrown their support behind Tinubu. All that one are just to put the
na
to,
them, na part of the
to part of the
whole
plan.
package. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because the question where you go, there are some people will be say they are not happy with the way Bola Tinubu did on the federal government now. It cut them out of the game, right?
Yeah, we know some of them. Like
What
that
is
man, what
the
do they call that man? That man will be like they hungry.
so now what is the probability say most of some of those people they've been billionaires and billionaires? Why you think say they don't go put billions under Rose Favor to support Rose Favor?
Mm-hmm.
And you think say Tinubu go win like just because the papa na got the president? Because
Right.
it's also at a very strategic time. In papa
Right.
attention go they divide. The man attention go they divide. You understand? It go they
Mm-hmm.
divide. You want to come back second time. You want your son to be so. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but if people actually men the way they calculate, how do we get this man and get something out of it? Forget us now because we know if to say we did that billionaire level, we know go how you go they say, okay, what's this man? What's this man trying to do right now? That's not what the reason, what this man trying to do? So men they like that where they put one or two together. If Tinubu no give all these contracts this coming year, God, we will mobilize under Adesanya, we will mobilize under Ife just to give them run for their money. And for the fact say Obi win Lagos, anything will happen. So he said so he no sure for them like that. Now make them start now. So as they start now, it's working. Everybody they come out now, they don't they put money everywhere. And if the momentum continue like this, by 2027 na carnival. Like na carnival go there on that shit. You will not go hear any other voice again. Because that is the game. That's the game. They go they amplify the guy. That was the first of all now. Before you know now, the question say the morality question will go off. How your papa will president, you could be governor, right? Nobody say not taboo. But before you know, that will not be the conversation again. You go enter, okay, is he qualified? What has he done? Before you know that one will finish. Notice that election not reach. So they understand us. When I mean us, we the people, we they know how they know what they trigger us. They will just throw in there. So because they still need our consent for them to actually assume that power. Sorry, maybe I don't take thought up too much. Somebody else on there.
Very quickly, guys. I've come on late. How is everybody? Good day to you, Iffy. Good day to you, OC, and a great awakening for my brother on our politics. Ovier. Happy New Year to you as well, my brother. Thank you, OC. Guys, I was listening, but I couldn't really catch you very well, Ovier. But your voice, there was a lot of urgency. It seemed like I've missed out on one or two happenings in Nigeria. I don't want to take us back, but it seems to me what I've been looking at is quite different from what you may have been looking at. So I don't know. I don't want you to repeat yourself necessarily.
Okay.
But if you can just break down real quick, like 5-second breakdown of what you they talk. Who is this Sheyi? Who are the people you're speaking about? I don't know who they are.
No, we're just talking about that Sheyi Tinubu now. That is the Tinubu son.
Oh, okay.
He's running for governor of Lagos 2027. So that's what I say. I was saying that it is not a guarantee that is not
he will get there.
Sure. That's why they started the campaign early.
I see.
So that it's just a psychological thing that, I mean, the father is the president, that if he's 100% sure that the guy can just install his son as a governor, they don't have to waste, they don't have to start this early. They could just wait at the 9 minutes, things will just happen. But the fact that they know there's going to be pushback, not just from the public, but from the power blocks within Lagos State and all that, they have to start early so that the conversation will start and so they will have the upper hand. And at the end of that's why I asked for those people who are saying who are necessarily opposing him, which is normal. I always ask, okay, who is out there campaigning again? If you say okay, you don't want this guy, then who is the person? Who do you want? Right? Just like the same question I'm asking. They say, oh, Tinubu will not win 2027. I say, okay, who is going to win?
Okay,
nobody can tell who's going to win.
I don't catch you now. I don't catch you.
So
let me say this. It may be slightly different from what you're saying, based on the fact that what I've been looking at as regards Nigeria, Africa, Tinubu in particular, is recently we've had a new president in Ghana. Mahama. Yes. Good man in my eyes in terms of what he's done before and what he's done differently immediately as he stepped in to his forebear, the Afo, the former Ghanaian prime minister. He's gone to meet our man Traore in Burkina Faso, and he invited him directly to his inauguration in Ghana, of which Tinubu was there. And I don't know if you saw what took place there, but there was a lot going on that, for me, was very supportive, it seemed, of most of us in the diaspora. What we saw in Ghana was when Ibrahim Traore landed, he was given such a marvelous welcome into Ghana. And it said clearly that the Ghanaian people know what's going on. I wonder really truly if the Nigerian people know what's going on. I think sometimes we Nigerians can be so insular, can be so preoccupied with what's going on in Nigeria that we don't, again, think outside the box. We don't put our head above the parapet. Most people in Nigeria are desperately afraid of everything. And it really troubles me, the fear that Nigerians have. Now, when I look at that, what I saw was that there's different ways to skin a cat. Like you rightly put to yourself, you don't know what would happen in the next position, but there's a reason to fight, which I agree with. I would say this, that the Nigeria, if not, Tinubu is not playing a game for the Nigerian people. He's playing a different game entirely. His game does not suit us. Well, let me speak for myself. It doesn't suit me. It seems that one or two of the things that he's done since he's been in the presidency have been a little bit progressive in terms of the tax bill. But I can't really mention anything else that I can salute Tinubu for. So looking at the whole of this West Africa, in my mind, for Nigeria to be solved, it needs a leadership that can bring West Africa and the Francophone countries of Central Africa under one banner, under one economic regime. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at it, I think that, in honesty, if that doesn't happen, or if that's not the focus, then in that Nigeria or any other West African country, we don't have any vision, any focus, any understanding of what's going on around the world in 2025. So I don't know if you guys have looked upon this at all and seen the applause that many of us in the diaspora and in Ghana, as I saw, and with Mahama himself as the new prime minister of Ghana, he has more or less joined the AES, as they call themselves, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. He's more or less joined them. Togo, I don't know if you recently heard, Togo wants to join them. Now, this is real politics in my mindset, and it should be warning Nigerians. It's only that my fear about Tinubu is that he's on a collision course with destiny, in that it's not going to end well if he stays in power to 2027, in my understanding. And when I say stays in power, if there needs to be a direct challenge happening politically with Tinubu right now. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have looked upon this aspect. I'm going to be short because I want to get into what are we doing in this country called Nigeria, man? To me, it seems like we're just slow, arguing about rubbish all day. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the actual Nigerian polity. What's going on in that country? On one side, when you look at the economic, commercial, business side of Nigeria, it has, as we all know, a whole lot of potential to be a global power, a global persuasion, a global influence coming from the country. We are very influential. We are strong people. But I don't believe that we ever really get the nuance or an accurate appraisal of how to get out of the hell that Nigeria is. Anytime I'm listening, I'm listening intently, looking for something that would put us on the right trajectory. And seldom do I hear it. I don't really hear it, which is a bit of a shame for me. But I'm just wondering, are we seeing these things that are happening outside of Nigeria, in West Africa, that's more progressive than anything going on in Nigeria at all? Nigeria is not a progressive place.
Yeah, I like your observation of the man Traore. You know, it was earlier today. I was working with this guy from Haiti, and that's straight out. That's the first person he was telling me about. Say, hey man, he's from Nigeria. Shit, man, you know Traore? I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like, he was so excited and all that kind of thing. So I think, as your observation, you are spot on. But what you are missing in the Nigerian contest,
Mm.
why you don't see the boss, right? You don't. I mean, Nigeria being the first, the population and the aggressiveness and all that. You expect that rare, praise and adoration to resonate more with us, to be loud. Why you are not seeing that is the power that be their 100% control of the information that the Nigerians consume. You understand? So Bola Tinubu will do everything to make sure that aspect is not always amplified. You understand? For your own sake. So that's what you are saying. Trust me, deep down the young people are mad. They know what is going on. If that man should touch that in Nigeria, in fact, the fact that Bola Tinubu is treating them the way he's treating them, they know. But again, all our media, all you need to do, pay attention to our media, what they talk about every morning, every day, from television to newspaper,
Mm.
which is what translates directly to us on the internet, right? So, and again, now, why you are saying as if Nigeria is not again trying to what you said, trying to organize within West Africa under one economy, one another. It is because we are Americans. That is the best way to put it.
Mm.
The country, we are Americans by every standard. Especially those who were born like from maybe 70s, early 70s, maybe not to go 60s up to now. We are all indoctrinated in the American system, right? Then the half part of the country have their own indoctrination entirely from the Middle East. So the competition now is now coming from, instead of us to be competing with us economically, ideologically, even within ourselves, because I believe we have equal population, equal power, and every other thing. We have a healthy competition, but no, we are rather trying to trying to prove to ourselves and the other side that we are more into the Western world. That's what we want to govern this side. And the other people are saying, no, so deep down, that is what especially the elderly ones, is still in their head, woven around. So allegiance is not to the nation, is to the West, because especially they know that the only person that can take them out of power, either by assassination, by coup, by election, is the power that be from the West. They understand that because it
Okay.
has happened over. So we
Okay.
need
Let me, let
what
me,
you are
let me just
saying.
jam in.
We need national character, people who are
Well, this is
nationally.
it. What
To,
what 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 stood out? What stood out to me
mm,
from what you just said was that Nigerians are basically Americans,
yeah.
and the other influence comes from the Middle East.
Um,
Now, I would accept this and understand that's part of the Nigerian complexity and the
mm,
confusion that we
yeah.
have as Nigerians.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was born before the time that you mentioned
Mm,
because I'm not perplexed or confused.
mm,
Actually, what I believe is that we do not show a strong enough African intent in Nigeria.
no.
We don't. We
Mm,
we are leaning on the side of the West and Europe, America
yeah.
particularly. We lean on the side of the Middle East, which doesn't know what it's doing nationally.
Yeah.
And our own African character is not showing.
That was done.
While in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, Ghana having a history of defending, if you like, the Afrocentric um, mindset.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, whilst we are possibly the most African of all Africans, we are we are colorblind. No, that's wrong. We are not understanding the politics of the world, and
No.
the way we show our own Nigerian character is not political. It is more cultural. It is
Yeah.
mainly coming from the people. not the political class. And I don't know how we are going to galvanize and put this understanding in front of the polity in Nigeria, both politicians and people. Because you see, what is going on in that country, and the more we spin it and the more we become alarmed. As I came onto the podcast I opened, I was listening to you. I was thinking, what's the panic? What's happened that I don't know what's happened? Emma, because you sounded so impassioned.
Yeah,
but again,
this is why.
Like this, I feel that it's like we're just on the wrong trajectory, man.
No. I think that aspect of what you heard that time was I was trying to denounce this notion that Bola Tinubu is the strongest, is one that owns Lagos. He runs Nigeria. So I was like, yes, if for sake of conversation, right, you can use all that, but in reality, no, he doesn't. And that is where we should be seeing things from. That these people are actually real, that they eat the shit, they walk out. So they are not spiritual. The way they run over us is not divine. All we need to do is just forget all the noise and pay attention and see how they do their own connection. Once we understand how they move around, then we stand a chance to take them out of power. But if we keep running away with this notion, this man is powerful, so now so it could be, so then already you have given the right to even understand how they are used.
I get you.
So
I understand. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You said rightly that no matter how powerful Tinubu is, there is a way of taking him out, or I don't know what you mean,
because he doesn't operate alone. He has
my question is, my question: what means do you foresee that will take Tinubu out of power?
From the presidency.
Yeah.
2027.
Okay, so you're talking about a vote.
No,
you're talking about voting him out.
No, is that what you are saying before 2027?
Yeah, well, I'm asking from what you said.
Yeah.
What I underlined was that Tinubu can be beaten from power. What means we take to beat him out of power?
What means? The same means he used, which is build a strong network across the length and breadth of the country. So all we need to do is to understand those links, right? But it is not. This is just. It's not something. It will take years, because in reality, it took him years to build those network. Right now, if we're talking in reality, right now, I don't see anything that can take him out of power. Right now, let's in terms of where we are right now in real time. No, you know why? Because the power, the people, the network that came together and put him there, he is doing well per them. You understand? He's doing excellently well by the people that put him there. For the masses, we no count. The masses, they mobilize us anytime they want. So we don't have our own voice. We don't have our own planning. We don't have so that's why I say we don't count. So men came together, put their resources, and make it happen for him. And as far as I'm concerned, for what I'm seeing so far, both the power from outside and both the power within, he's doing well. Nobody is complaining. Everybody is happy with him. The only sector who is not happy is the general masses. That's it. And we don't count in the scheme of things. So those people will see come back together again and make it happen for him. So that's why I say in real time right now, I don't see him losing. But I don't know tomorrow, because it's politics, right? Because I said now that power has changed in Washington, right? that puts him that brought him back to square one again. He has to wiggle his way back into the new administration and strike a deal. That I believe in him. Tinubu will. Whatever I will think, he will do it. So I don't, but that thing is at that cross section. It's at this there right now. That's why it's pretty much everywhere these days. And his allegiance with BRICS. I don't know how. I just don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make of that. So that's all. Those are the things that I'm watching so far. But he's doing well in terms of taking out of power. Now looking at if we not look at the now let's say opposition side, there's no opposition. The opposition is still the way it was 2022, 2021, 2023. We still have 2, 3, 4 people going strongly. So again, which still come to his favor. Now that even is in charge of all the apparatus of power, so he has a power in that. Now, is there a possibility for those other big boys to come together? I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay, so, I mean, Omoye, what are you there? What do you think about what we're saying? It's a shame if you left. I wanted to find out from her what
I don't have any thoughts on it, too. I just let you guys to go back and forth. Me and we've already Obiabi. Yesterday we talk, we a lot of not fight, but I mean we had a lot of we had a very
different we approached the conversation from a different angle yesterday.
Yeah, and it was actually very you might say very eye-opening, the conversation from yesterday. So it was well worth it. I'm so happy that we had that back and forth, because you have a different way of seeing it from me. So I literally have said everything I wanted to say yesterday, and I listened to what you had to say. So today I'm just listening to you guys talk, to be honest, not really paying attention, but because I have other things going on here. But
let me give Jagu, let me give you one scenario, and this time I believe, I totally believe that is what is going to happen. Let me see if you agree with me. And it's something, I think it's something what the attention should be. Now, per gentleman agreement in Nigeria, the way they are doing their thing, turn by turn and all that crap, right? With what I just said about Tinubu in the real scheme of things, that is likely to come back in 2027, right? He wins 2027, he serves his second term, 2031, is out. Now, we have Peter Obi, we have Atiku, we have Kwankwaso, we have and the rest. In 2031, let's say 2027, what happened 2023 still happen in terms of results. Obi still maintain his numbers, is finished third, and Atiku is still there. So going to 2031, Atiku will be too old, literally too old, right? The next person in Nigeria to have solid number will be Obi.
Yeah.
How do you beat Obi? Become the problem for the North, especially they that they are expecting is their turn. Right?
Okay, I'm understanding.
So how do you beat Obi? Because you have to beat Obi first. So at that point, I think Nigeria is at a crossroad.
Well, okay, I'm now up to date with what you're saying. I will now put it to you. Is 2031 not long? to maintain this hellish regime called Nigerian politics? Is it not too long?
Yeah, it's too long, but I don't see any serious.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I really understand what you're saying, because for me, I'll tell you the truth, man. I don't know if it's my age, if it's if it's the way I think as somebody who's been away from Nigeria for an awful long time. Somebody who looks at the world in the way it actually is, and somebody sees the potential of a country called Nigeria and what it is supposed to be. For me, 2031 is long. We've already fully wasted 8 years with
Buhari.
Buhari.
It came quick.
It's not like it came quick. That was 8 years. That was a real 8 years. No. Years gone and time drained. Now we've done 2 years with Tinubu, coming up to 2 years.
They've already started campaign.
For Tinubu to have another 8 years that may be wasted in terms of Nigeria's potential is 16 years wasted. Now, this is within the present time that we're talking about. We're not talking about the 60 years that we've already thrown down the drain.
Yeah.
For me, if we are aware of what's going on in the rest of the world, Europe, America, China, Russia in particular, these nations aren't playing.
I know.
The West is desperate for a new economy, because their economy right now is busted, finished. It's about to come to a grounding halt. Wait.
Okay.
Let me just to paint the picture. We have Asian countries which are really developing, not just in terms of their economies, very important, but also in terms of their politics. Their politics is going to go through, I will put it to you, a philosophical change
100%
in
agree.
order to enter into the new future as we have it.
Totally agree.
We in Africa we're not even on the ladder.
No.
Individual, I feel strongly that I know my part in putting us on that ladder. I also believe in the rest of my Nigerian people that they who have the sense to bring us together and put us on the ladder and make sure that we have a voice in this world for our own sovereignty, and for us not to be enslaved again. I think we're sleeping, man. I mean, we've been sleeping and we're still sleeping. All this to and fro politics that happens in Nigeria, it bores me to hell, because it counts for nothing. It only counts for something that is negative, in my understanding. With all the positivity that Nigeria wants to claim, and rightfully should claim, the negativity in that country, or the negativity, as I will put it, is too strong for whatever is positive in that country. And I don't know what we're going to do about it. I don't know what we're gonna. This is what I'm saying. I'm perplexed at the way we speak, because I'm wanting somebody to parody what I'm saying, to have the other part of what I'm saying, so that there's a way forward. Because I can't see. Sometimes I just can't. Apart from panic, I can't see the forward in that place, man.
Dago, I think everything you just said, you are spot on. The only problem is that you are speaking in you are late. It's too late. What you are scared of is already in motion, right?
For us to be enslaved, you mean?
Huh?
For us to be re-enslaved, is that what you're saying?
Oh, it's already done. Now you started with the European economy, what is going through. What also you should understand that at every junction that the European economy is going through some difficulty, there's always the continent of Africa for them to come and explore to build it back.
Mm.
From leading to World War One, that is the conference in Berlin, till after World War One, which is leading to amalgamating us, which is to rebuild their economy back after the World War One. Then back to the 70s, the 60s and the 70s, which is to rebuild their economy back after the Second World War. Now, why I said it's too late, the economy is right, literally put it, is going through stress, and they are back again to the what? To the primary source to exploit. When I say they are back again, that's why I say it's too late. Me and you are here 3 years before last year when Germany came into the country, Abby, because of our gas. They've lost out in Ukraine, Russia, so they are here to exploit. As we speak, if you, I know you know say this our Google work differently, but if you Google Nigerian news, anytime you Google Nigerian news, you will hear the real things that is going on in the Northeast, right? How illegal operation is going on, how people are being massacred, the farmers are being chased away, good and everything, which is the same. That's how they came into enslave us, from when they use physics. So it's how that's what I said is happening already. The French are here now, the Israel, there are more than 30 countries in the northern region mining. 30 countries, like as we speak. So it's going to be trickling down, right? So that's why I said it's too late. Your fear of the future, how we are going to survive, is already on, is ongoing, is on motion. Then you are talking about another thing that you pointed that I like so much is the Western polity will undergo change philosophically. And that's why I said, instead of people to be criticizing Kemi, listen to her. Which is the philosophical change they're talking about, because immigration will take a center stage in Britain, just as it was center stage in America, in Germany, in France. So that's what. So it's not going to change to meet the technology, new technology that are just been upon us, which is the AI and all that, which is what is ushering the change. And with, as you said, we have no idea what is going on. That there's actually literally a Cold War going on. We don't know. Our leaders are busy trying to stay in power, right? And everybody they are happy. We have, just like Kwame Nkrumah said, that's what I said, he said in 1963 that the coming back of the new colonialism is going to be worse than what their forefathers experienced.
Well, this is why over here, my brother. This is why I speak the way I speak.
I know, I feel you.
You know, many people don't like what I say. Not on this channel, on the other channel. I don't even go there anymore. They do what they're doing. However, I speak in a way, not because I want to be unkind or cruel or dismissive, is that there is an urgency. There is an urgency. And it seems to me that our people don't really understand that there's an urgency.
No, they don't understand, because this is because you understand geopolitics, right? That's why you could see what is already here. How many people understand how international politics work? How China, what is going on in America and China related? Nobody knows. So, so that's why that's why I said that your fear is here, and there's no solution because we don't know.
Let me put this to you and see if you get it. I feel personally that over the next 5 years, that there is a clear way that I can see that Nigeria can raise between 9 and 15 trillion as an economy over the next 5 years. It's clear to me, it's clear as day. And if Tinubu give me chance, I go show him how to do it. You know what I mean? But
how you want to do it?
Bruh, that one, I won't say it's top secret. It's not top secret.
Okay.
It's something I'm actually doing. So I don't want to necessarily reveal it. However, I feel strongly that if we understand what's going on in the world, we understand what we have in terms of Nigeria and how Nigeria is positioned to have an economy across the whole of West Africa and including those Central African French Francophone countries. There is a way that we can bring one economy together, and it would give us our complete sovereignty from China, from America, from Japan, from Russia, from Europe. It would actually position us to lead Africa into being the number one economy in the world. I've seen it. I've tabled it down. I know what I'm doing. I'm an old boy in this game. Economics is my.
I agree with you, but you know you have to do first thing first.
Hey, Momo, I understand.
First thing first, you have to own the economy first, because we don't own our economy. We don't own anything.
You're quite correct, but we can. And when you say only, the economy, are you talking about the Nigerian hegemony or the Western hegemony?
The Western hegemony control our economy and everything within.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It is about that. Fundamentally, it is about that.
Yeah.
My brother, I don't know. I'm fed up of talking. I must say.
No, we need nationalists, people that have nationalist mindsets, right? Who want to say, you know what, enough of this Western influence, more person first and bear the consequences, because there's going to be consequences. And that's why these current leaders are scared. Right? There's going to be consequence. That means literally you want to challenge where they chop. So you be ready.
Well, you know, my brother, I will tell you this. It is not always to challenge where man they chop, even though you're quite right that there is that aspect. There is the world is running out of cash. Let me put it in that easy way to understand. And Nigeria and Africa can release 15 trillion into the world economy.
That's it.
This is wait. This is now a political tool or weapon, even not even weapon, tool that one would use to negotiate its position. You negotiate that, look, the economy is failing globally. We are printing money. Inflation is rife all over the world. If we are to release 9 trillion into the world, do you know what that means? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is in real economic and political terms? I'm asking.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but we have to have men and women who ready to go at it.
I believe that they're out there.
Say, hey,
they're not together. They're just not in the
yeah.
They're out there.
That's our problem. So for me, we cannot get those men and women again in among the adults who are alive today, unfortunately.
You know, the thing is,
so
my small shame here is that I'm not sure that people understand what I'm talking about, what we are talking about. I think sometimes
that's why I said we have to
wait, Adrian. Yeah. When we come outside of the Nigerian aspect of things, people lose interest or they don't really have the understanding. I don't know which is which.
They cannot.
But as people are listening to us now, I don't think they understand what we're saying. Well, you know, I don't think so.
Some people do. So, but that's why I said we have to breed new generation with that mindset. With the adults that I have now, they don't even, because what you are saying to them now is like 100 years plan. That's how they see it. How they see it now. So how do you start and even try to make that kind of people even come to a point that you can even make them understand? Because that's the problem first. To get people to actually, so you just leave the adult.
No, I hear you. I tell you, bruh, you know, I tell you, OVA, my brother, there's ways of doing everything. every challenge can be met.
I
The,
know.
the way I've been taught to think from my parents and from my education and from my experiences, from my profession, I've gotten over a lot of things in this life of mine. My life can be a serious movie, and this is not me blowing my own trumpet or anything like that. No, because I would have really appreciated a smooth life all the way through. Unfortunately, it hasn't been smooth. I've seen all kinds of things. I've had near death experiences, you know, and the fact that one rose above many of the situations that one has been in, it has taught me that things are to be handled head on. There, my father showed me that fear is a weakness. Now, we all have this thing called fear because it's not just a weakness, it's also an alarm that will let you know that panic will make you think and act. Now, in my own way of thinking and acting, I'm in the UK, and in any Western society, we've had all kinds of facilities, technology, attitudes that allow us to rise above the challenge in order to command the challenge. And that is the position I've always put myself in because I've found it that it works. You can also, I've been somebody who has trained people, I've taught people, I've done a lot of things with different teams and sent them out there into the world to go out and achieve, and they come back with the goodies. Now, where information is concerned, as somebody who has a media background, mainly in advertising, but it's media nonetheless, what I've seen is the power of persuasion and how you persuade, how you do it. Now, it's very difficult for us to do it within this arenas, these platforms where we get 5-10 minutes to talk. It's fortunate that Omoye is very open and she allows us our time. The thing is, what I find
It's because I bribed out.
what I find is that it only needs teams. If we come together as teams, constructed and instructed to do a certain job, my brother, the thing will be done within 5 years or, and I'm not talking 100 years plan, because as much as I'm a forward thinker, I don't think so far ahead. I believe because of the technologies that we have and the history that I know, the time that things have taken to arise and the speed since the 1940s, the speed of development from the 1940s to now, it's unpronounced. You won't believe it. And when you look back at history and you see the speed of where things take place, it is instrumental that we as Nigerians take root, take our position, take our understanding and feed it to our people. Because to educate a people, it only takes one generation. It doesn't take generations. And our people our Nigerians, they're pretty sharp. They're pretty sharp. You only need a class, I won't say a leadership class to lead the whole nation. It's not everybody that needs to be educated to the ninth degree. You know, what it takes is for those who are right thinking, well educated, well experienced, really devise a plan that would educate the masses to join in the ranks and files of development, leading us on a global mantle that allows the whole world to come behind us. Because it's a question of is the actual argument. Who is doing right and who is doing wrong? In the world today, it's very difficult for us to see who's doing wrong outside of the West if we're thinking correctly. The West is on the wrong thought process in nearly every aspect of politics. What they've done in the Middle East, what's going on in Ukraine is the culmination of the wrong thinking that we have in the West. So, where we have the world away is there is a side of the world that is dying in front of us all, and most of us are in those arenas. I'm in Europe, you're in the States. These geographical positionings are suffering. They're suffering. Here in England, right now it's freezing cold, bro. There are old people that they can't afford to pay their bills. They're dying in their houses because they're afraid to put the heater on because it's too expensive.
People now fight Ukraine. Now fight Russia.
No, we don't want to. I don't. When Russia and Ukraine began, I think that Russia was in their full rights.
I know.
They were in their full rights. When I look at the Middle East, it is clear that a genocide is taking place in front of everybody's eyes.
Right.
But somehow we find so many people in the West on the wrong side of history. They're on the side of Ukraine.
Because it's their making.
No,
so
no.
They can't go against what they're doing it. So.
Oh, okay, fair. Yes, I hear you. Yes, yes. It is completely their making. But then you have to wonder, apart from the fact that there is something called white supremacy or European hegemony or whatever you want to call it, it is for the rest of the world to stand back and look and tell the truth about what they're seeing. But there's too many of us that we just fold our arms, blind our eyes, and we pretend that nothing's going on. But if you open your eyes, it's clear. It's clear. Yep. I don't know. I can see Omoye is bored. So that's what I have to say. I was listening to you guys before I came on, and I felt that I needed to say certain things that bring us on track, because coming here and yammering about Nigeria, this, that, rubbish, this, that, this next thing, that next thing, it's just ongoing newsreel. It's just nonsensical to talk about. What is actually happening to make things develop for the ordinary man in the streets of Kaduna, of Katsina, of Umuahia, Lagos, wherever you may think of. People are just suffering.
The ordinary man had to come together and go to war with the leaders.
Well, this is it.
That's it. We just need to focus on that. How do we get just as you said, how do we mobilize just 20% of the population? Mass educate them and go to war. But we need that class of few, just few people who are ready to say, okay, yes, this is it. Nigerian, I think Nigerian issue is lack of history. We don't actually know. We don't know anything about how war work. Now few people know. Those few ones that know are the ones running things. The few people who understand the complexity of the world, they are the ones running things.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's all they know. It's not that they are special. They just understand the nitty-gritty of how the world works, and they just say, "Okay, let's hold on to it for as long as we can." As long as we can.
Would you agree with me? I'm sure you will. That the rise of China, if you understand the history of China's rise since Chairman Mao, that it has been the Chinese philosophy, with the mistakes that they've made serious mistakes, don't get me wrong, but it is the Chinese philosophy that within my lifetime, I've seen what was the third world country become the second greatest economy in the world. And their politics has been largely Chinese with a hint of communism and capitalism. And they've been able to forge their way through without reading another person's book that is telling them things that don't suit them. So they have looked upon their own book, their own history, their own understanding, their own culture to propagate a state that can bring, was it 38 million people out of poverty, if not more? I mean, I wonder,
That's
this is something that they did for themselves.
you just summarize it. Those three things: your history, a bit of communism, a bit of capitalism. You are there. You see what we don't have? We don't even have the first one. What is our history?
That's right. Which is a great shame, because I know is our history, and our history is great, but we haven't brought it under our full appreciation, under our full understanding.
No.
You know, when I look at social media and I see people that are learning things recently that I knew when I was 14, 15, it's incredible to me. You know, I'm talking about Africans. We are always, there's no end to learning, or don't get me wrong, and I'm not looking down on it.
No. You're right.
I'm just looking at the fact that, you mean you didn't know this?
They don't. They didn't teach now, so I don't want to know.
Well, bros, they never teach us for London Hill. They never teach us like that. The understandings that I've gone through has been through my own personal education. They didn't teach these things even in university.
You have access to the resources. I mean,
fair. That's fair. That is fair to say.
But even at that, it's out of your own curiosity and interest that make you take advantage of.
Exactly.
So that's it. So we are missing history first, then communism come first, second, then capitalism will finish things up. So that's where we are. But we want to start with capitalism, right? That's what Nigeria wants.
My brother, I must say, you know, me personally, I don't know if we've known each other for a while, since the days of that idiot. I know you may think about him differently than I do, but I find him an idiotic individual. From the day of one man, that's how long we've known each other. And for me, I haven't been to that guy's show for 4 years. So we you know, there are many things that you say that I can fully agree with, and many things you say I can't. I find them a bit complicated, and you know, I'm just so.
I'm an issue-based person, right? So I take issue by issue. So it's normal. Some of my things you disagree with. That's normal.
Yeah. I take that on board. I mean, what I'm trying to suggest is that whilst there are people like us who are thinking, is it just I wonder about these platforms that we are on, all of them. Is it just a way of venting our frustration? Is it a way of being articulately exposed, that we want to narrate a wonderful tale and show how intelligent we are? Or are we trying to create a world that we are happy for our children to exist in, our children's children? Because, you know, these are the three aspects, and mine is the latter. The other two, I haven't got time. I haven't got time for it. I prefer to look about my own salvation, the rubbish I've done on a personal issue, rather than pontificate. You know, I'm thinking about the world that we're living in, the pain that the world is in, and the fact that we don't have to be in pain in this world. We don't have to be, but we are. You know, let me say this to you off the cuff. I watched a movie the other day. It was an old movie. It's quite interesting. Mutiny on the Bounty, which was a tale of the breadfruit, where they discovered the breadfruit in Tahiti, and they were bringing the breadfruit from Tahiti to Jamaica in order to feed the slaves. On the way to Tahiti, they had a tumultuous voyage. On landing in Tahiti, the place was out of this world beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful islands in the blue sea, far away from the UK as you can estimate. Now, these people were living in Tahiti, completely in paradise, living a life of paradise. They had their king or chief who controlled the old island, but he was a happy man, and his people were happy until the British came over. Not to say Tahiti is still not a beautiful place, but now they are ensconced in the rest of the world. They are not out there on their own living a life of paradise. So right now, the world is so far away from the paradise that we were all once in, and we have entered into the world of technology, the world of all kinds of levels of modernity.
That's why Elon said we should go to the Max.
You say what?
I said that's why Elon Musk said we should go to Max.
Ah, that one another person. That one another person entirely, oh my brother. You know, I'm just looking at what's happened to in the last 500 years.
Yeah.
And we are all involved now. Nobody is innocent. There's no innocent being out there anymore.
But you know the funniest thing, this last 500 years, so now just one group of people they destroy the whole place. So
Of course.
and
we, the rest of us, that pretend na them know they do them. And them they do them now.
Crazy. 500 years, they just they destroy everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
Crazy.
Everywhere, man.
Like, man.
It's deep. I mean, it's deep. You know, it's deep. What you just said there is so deep. Even though we know it, it's profound in the fact that you have to ask yourself, who are these people? Who are they? Why do they behave in this way?
And you know the funniest thing, it's the same way they are doing it. It's not any strategy, just direct, just like literally the same, just they destroy, like literally the same up to today. It's fucking crazy.
Hey, man had to swear. It's beyond. My brother, I don't want to spoil right? So I don't like when she's so quiet.
Right.
When she's quiet like this, it'd be like
right? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is, I mean, I had a little the ending of your conversations between both of you. I would say that talking is part of the process, and there's no end, because we have to use what we have in the meantime while we work towards actions. Okay, even though there are people who are coming out and say, "Oh, there's action on the ground, there's action," but we have to keep the conversation going. I never thought that there'll come a time where, Nigerians themselves will start to have real conversations about the country Nigeria. And it never crossed my mind, one, because I was never, I didn't know much about the politics and how it works in Nigeria. All I knew growing up was politics is a corrupt something, don't be part of it. That's all we heard growing up. So I think that what is happening now, we have to pace ourselves. We cannot throw away the water with the bath water with the baby inside. We can't. So we have to keep talking until we get to a point where, and we can't be in a hurry at the same time. Can these changes happen? Yes, it can. It just depends on how awake a lot of Nigerians are and how informed they are about the situation they're in and how ready they are to take it back. That's all it's going to take. And those Nigerians, I know we have a lot of Nigerians that are very strategic in the way that they process things. Some of these things that we're having conversations about now, there are Nigerians that they know what needs to be done. They have the tactical a strategy. They have everything that we're talking about right now. They have the solutions to it. They just need a lot more people because they're not going to do it. Like I was talking about the interview with Kenneth Okonkwo on Aisha, like I said. Aisha asked him a question like, okay, if you decide you want to come out and all of that, let's say Nigerians want you, as an example, Kenneth Okonkwo to come out and run for president. He said, no, Nigerians will have to convince him that in the event that this type of mess that we went through in 2003 happens, that he's not going to be alone. The problem we have is that there are people who have these answers, but they cannot do it alone. This is why the conversation is important. It may sound dreary. It may sound like we're just winding, because I feel like that sometimes too. But what other option is there? Real-time option is there right now. There's no real action going on right now. So while we're waiting for the real action and continuing to speak to the conscience of Nigerians who care about Nigeria, because the people who don't care, who care about Nigeria, it's a process. We will get there, but we have to make sure that we keep at it. We can't give up. The countries that Nigerians all over the world run to, if they all give up on their countries, we will not be there. We will not. There's no place you go in this world that you won't find a Nigerian. How about we fixing our own home so we don't have to keep running? That's probably what they want, because there will come a time at the rate at which we're going as Nigerians, where foreigners will go and be taking over your land. You go to your village in Akoko Edo and they've changed it, they put gates. They will tell you, just like what's happening in South Africa. Like as the owner of the land, there are certain places you can't go to. So this is why it's important. Everybody needs to be involved. Whatever you can do on your own, go ahead and do it. Whoever you can,
No,
come
I
together
agree.
with,
Can I
together. Can I
can I
land? Let
put a
me just
question?
land with this. Can I land, please? Let me just
Sure,
quickly
sorry,
land.
I
I
beg.
don't want to lose my train of thought. So, whoever you can come together with and do stuff. That's everybody has to do something. If you're interested, though, in a working Nigeria. That's my 2 cents.
No, it's good. I don't want you not to be involved in this type of conversation. What you just said, I've heard it before from you. And it always brings me to a point where a point of appreciation for what you are saying. Me, I'm not saying that we should not be talking. I'm saying I'm fed up of simply talking, especially if understanding and growth is not happening. If we are saying the same things every conversational, I understand the way you do your show differently from the way the other platforms may do their show for all kinds of different reasons. But the fact is, for all the platforms that we have and for all the conversations that I've been involved in or listened to, I find it's just talk. I don't find it merits anything. I don't find it building. I'm an executive person. I work in the City of London for a good 20 years of my life. And there, the conversations that we have, be it boardroom or team meeting, all is set for building purposes. So even though there's no action for now, people are talking and people are going away and doing their things and coming back and talking more, going away, coming back, talking more. It's after maybe a year that you see what everybody's been talking about, because it's built. It's now a foundation. It now makes sense. It now has apparatus. We're just talking. You say that we've just started. Listen, my parents, their time and their generation, they did exactly the same. They talked throughout their whole. My mother is 85, 86 now. She's still with us. She's fed up to the back teeth of Nigerian talk. As an older woman, obviously you would see that there's been changes in life. And as I say, she's at a point of her life where she's trying her best to be happy. She's happy that her children are all well and doing well and all the rest of it. But where her home is in a worse chaos than what she was born into. So where we're saying that we should just keep talking, or there's got to be some give in this talk. If we're talking, and there's no let me end. If we're talking, and there is no understanding, if we're talking and there is no agreement, if we're talking and there's no vision, then the talk is waste. It's waste.
Okay, so I differ with you on that. I hear what you're saying, but I think what you're failing to recognize, like you said, you have a certain level of experience and exposure that the ordinary Nigerian does not have. Whatever everybody is doing, it might sound repetitive to you. Yes, it would sound that way because you're way above and beyond all of this talk. As you have said, you're an executive, so it's more about actionable what's action towards the desired goal. That's where you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. All that is required now is for you to plug into those people that are in that process of action. That's where you are right now. So the people that these spaces are for, and to your question, it is worth repeating. There are people who are slow in understanding the fight that we're all trying to fight. So there are people who do not have. You have to understand the illiteracy now in Nigeria is on another level completely. So there'll be a lot of things that will go over a lot of people's heads, even some people that are seemingly educated. And I'm not trying to talk down on anyone.
No, I hear you. Right? I'm happy that you said that.
In Nigeria, I'm not trying to talk down because I went to school in Nigeria. Okay. So, but my point is, because you are way past all of that, it's going to it will rob you off a certain way because you have passed.
Can I have a little back and forth so that we understand each other? Mio, I don't see myself as way beyond. I do appreciate what you're saying again, in that there is a large undereducated class in Nigeria. Having said that, I'm talking about my history of these conversations. They began when I was about 5, 6 years old, listening to my uncles and my dad and my parents and all my elders speaking, down to my grandfathers speaking. This is where I begin. Then, on these recent platforms that we are now making as use of, I'm coming across people who are better educated than I am. It's not a case of education. I'm having discourse with all kinds of people, but I'm not seeing agreement. What I'm seeing is conflict based on cultural, I won't say expediency, cultural one-upmanship, sword fencing, people being cute. Where are you lending any understanding? Because what I class as a waste is if after 4 years of these platforms being on air and everybody taking their position as I don't say a leader, as I don't know if it's the platform heads that are to blame, that don't allow conversation to culminate. It's got to culminate. It can't just end every time we shut off. By the time we shut this off now, we could have the same conversations 3 weeks from now, based on more or less the same thing. But there is no addition. We are not adding from the first time the platform aired to today, where that we now understand that, okay, we've been through this process. We understand the military arena of Nigeria. We understand that there is an economy here, there, and everywhere where Nigeria is concerned. We also understand that there are these histories that add or should add to our forward thinking. I'm saying that we are not given a package on these platforms, all of them. We are not given a package of construction that we put to educate our people. To educate, no, when I say our people, I don't mean just our people in Nigeria who are lowly, or I mean ourselves, that there is an agreement amongst us. I'm telling you right now, if the diaspora truly agrees on a plethora of subject matters to deal with Nigeria, we can walk back into that country unarmed and take the place over because of what we've agreed upon. But there is no agreement. There is no coming together. This is my problem. I need you to really understand where I'm coming from.
So here's the thing: you can start
No,
by
but madam.
You said wait, Oga. You said we'll have a back and forth. So let me go back and forth. Okay. So here's the thing: what I mean is, you clearly there's something that you want to see that you are not seeing. Correct? That's you want to see
something. I've just told you what it is.
And that's what I'm saying now. Let me land. You want to see something. So why don't you start by writing down some of the stuff that you want to see, right?
How do you know? How do you know? With all due respect.
I'm talking
no,
now.
Wait now.
You were saying something. I'm responding to what you said. Can I just?
How do you know I haven't already done that? How do you know?
You were talking now. I didn't interject you.
You have to understand. I don't want you to. I want you to understand.
Respect each other, please. I gave you the floor now, Mr. Jagun. Let me go. Here you have come up with your concerns. You feel like, the platforms, there's nothing to go off. If we had this conversation last week, we'll come back to it again at some point and all of that, right? I said earlier, maybe you're past that. You're past these levels of conversations. You might want to listen in, but you are at a point where it's more actionable for you. Now, you have spoken on the different, in your own way, what you feel that you want to see happening and is not happening. And I'm saying, why don't you write down what you really want to see happening? And maybe when you start to write those things down, you might get an idea of how to go about it to get the desired result, because no one person has the answer. Like I said, you might think that the platforms, let me finish, please. You might think that the platforms are regurgitating and talking. It's like winding, whatever you feel about it. But there are people, a lot more people, who really need to hear these things. That's it.
Okay. I hear you. Now, for all you said, I wanted to just interject to let you know that I'm really doing what you're asking or what you're saying. I'm doing it. I'm not somebody who is short-minded. I do a lot of things. We've had conversations already, myself and yourself, where it has been underlined that we should have these types of conversations. And I know that you try, no doubt. But I don't know if you remember all of our conversations. I know you have a lot of conversations. But for the conversations, for the whole idea of that citizen thing that you have, I find that to be very important. But I look upon it and I don't see a lot of addition. The other one that we created, I don't see a lot of addition, even though myself and Alaba, we are doing our thing along with another guy. We're doing our thing. Me, on an individual business basis, I've really I haven't told you what I'm doing, but I've told you that, man, sometimes you have to go and sit with the devil in order to have that negotiation and come out a winner. These are things I'm doing. I take nothing away from what you're saying, but I'm not looking for advice for what I'm doing. I'm really not looking for that, if that's what you're emanating. I'm looking to put to us on all these platforms my experience. And my experience tells me for generations, not just for now, in the last 4 or 5 years, or for 50 good years, I will put it to you that we've been having repetitive conversations, which puts out to me that are we having these types of conversations because we like to hear our own voice? Are we putting out these conversations because we are completely frustrated and need to vent? Or are we putting forward these conversations to propagate a future for our children and our children's children? These are the options. These are what I'm putting to you. I don't want them to be negated or thinking that because I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm putting everybody down. No. What I'm saying is quite direct if we don't go off the curve. I don't know why we don't package what we speak about. Why are we having this conversation? If there is an important thing that comes out of this conversation or the last conversation or the conversation before that, why isn't that so packaged in a way that we can refer to it? It's just lost in the wind. I don't know. I think maybe you're taking what I'm saying as belittling. I'm not trying to belittle anyone. I'm trying to give ourselves a way of reflection and a way of understanding that, look, these conversations that we're having, they are important. We should treat them importantly. And to underline how importantly we're treating them, we are packaging them. We are keeping them underlined. We are keeping them in a vault that we can easily go back and say, this is what was said on this day.
Of course,
I don't
package. I understand. Listen, Jagun, I'm hoping that you can really understand what I am also trying to communicate to you. I didn't allude to any at any point that you were trying to be belittling. No,
okay.
not at
No,
all.
okay.
So here's the thing, right? There are levels to this thing. You have to understand, someone like me, for instance, I'm fresh into this Nigerian politics of a thing. What brought me in, Peter Obi? You said you've been having conversations from your mother, your father, your grandfather. I didn't have that. I didn't really have all these political conversations. We didn't talk about all these things that I have now come to know. We didn't discuss it in my own household because guess what? My family and a lot of other people's family were struggling to survive. I grew up on the farm. Okay, there's that. I'm trying to tell you the different categories of people that we have in Nigeria. You are when I said you're way past this conversational level of hearing us talk, because you've heard some of these things before, right? You've had that opportunity to hear. A lot of us have not. A lot of us are new to these conversations. A lot of us are just now finding out certain things. You mentioned earlier that you're finding out, so you listen to, and some of your friends are now finding out certain information in recent times. That is continuing to happen. So when you see us, for instance, me, the only power I have is this platform. And other things that I'm doing behind the scenes on different platforms. I cannot put all of it out here. Okay, now if everybody comes out and forgive me, even though my voice is raised, no, I'm just trying to put my point across. When I talk, sometimes when I'm trying to make a point, I tend to get passionate about it. So bear with me, right? So a lot of people have different ways of responding to different things, right? So for you, because you have passed, it be like level. When they say you don't pass this level, you don't pass this level, you don't pass this level of talking. Like, for you, they do the thing when they need to do for you. So your level now level of action, execute. What will they do today? Okay, let's put this box together. Let's do this. Why, even though you're listening to the conversations that are going in, but you are more action focused. That's where you are. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody get level for this thing. Some of us, they say the storytellers, right? There are people who will just sit and be talking and telling people and shouting. There are people who are is it the palace? Those people that hit the bell to announce, give announcement in villages. There are people like that. So you just have to find where you fit in and say, okay, this is where I fit. This is where I want to run with. I cannot be at multiple places at the same time. And I'm not saying that that's what you're saying. I'm just saying I can only do so much. What I am doing is what I can do. I cannot do more than this. Right?
I appreciate you.
So everybody gets where they fit into. Somebody like, for instance, Ovie now. Ovie, me and Ovie, no, they agree from morning to night. But when he came on my platform, it's been a couple of days now, actually. We've had conversations and all of that. I'm beginning to understand, because I have to start thinking, we need to find a way to come together, whether we disagree politically or not.
That's right. That's right.
We need to learn to work together. So guess what? Ovie is here on the platform and he's talking. Even though I may not completely agree with him, but we agree on one thing. We need a working Nigeria so that Ovie can continue to be disagreeable and I can be dragging him from here to Akoko-Edo. You understand? So this is where I am at, right? I've progressed.
I hear you, my dear. My dear.
Okay, let's talk. No. I don't care whether you voted for APC, whether you voted for PDP, whether you voted for a monkey in the last election. I really don't care. What I care about now is so that we can continue to be on opposite sides. Let's make the country work first. So whatever role you are playing, you continue to do your own way. You understand?
I hear you all.
The people that you want to work with to continue. So that's just it. That's what I'm saying.
Let me try and let you know how the land lies where I am. For all you understood, and I completely appreciate. You must understand that I appreciate you greatly. Where I am, apart from these platforms, there is nobody. Yes, there are people that I find agreement with, and they're on my level in terms of the difficulties that they have in life, the affluence that they have, the possibilities and the opportunities that are before them. I have these kinds of people who are Nigerians here. But for what we're talking about and the depth of push that we're trying to achieve, I don't have those people around me. None of the Nigerians here that I know have the time or wherewithal to think about galvanizing energy towards Nigeria's salvation. They don't think like that. They don't talk to me like that. They'll talk to me by 5 minutes and say, "Oh, leave all that one, Joe. I'll get things to do." And I have to appreciate where they're coming from. Now, that's where I am. What I'm doing on a personal level, I can let you know that, not on air necessarily, because I'm doing them on a personal level. I'm speaking about how we are publicly. Are we really taking not the opportunities, the advantages that we have of being in the West? Are we really, what you're saying is not wasteful to me. I understand what you are saying and where you are coming from as an individual and as a platform. What I am saying, which I'm wanting you to appreciate, is that for the years that we've been talking, and it may not be this platform, it's other platform, for the years that we've been talking, what one thing, apart from the talk, what one thing can you say over 4 years we have been able to galvanize, achieve as not necessarily a solution, but as an agreement to where it is that we are and what we are looking to do about it. This is my worry. This is my complaint. This is my issue. I don't know if you appreciate or understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you have to understand that it's been a long time. A lot of Nigerians have not been politically informed about the way Nigeria works. I think that's what's missing in this conversation. A lot of Nigerians that I grew up in Nigeria, a lot of the politics that plays out in Nigeria, a lot of people were in the dark about it.
I agree.
You have to. So now, what you hear, the platforms you have seen that have been around for years, right, are platforms that have been sensitizing, talking, having to repeat, talk, for people to start opening their eyes and caring about what it is they're talking about. You see, Dr. Damages, you know how long Dr. Damages has been on the platform? Dr. Damages has been talking, doing political satire for the longest time. Matter of fact, he's been in debates. There've been interviews I've seen of him, old interviews, where he's been very fiery in that interview about the concerns of Nigeria. Well, how many people knew about it? How many people were aware? How many people knew exactly what Dr. Damages was doing on the ground in Nigeria? It's taken a while for Nigerians to open their eyes and hear and see what has been going on. I'm telling you, that's why it looks like it's been repetitive. That's why I said, now levels, now they this thing. There are people just like you, right? Just like me. There are people who they say, you know what? Enough of this talking. I don't even want to be hearing all these things because I've heard them before, right? Right now, who is it? I think it's Morgan. There's a guy, I think it's Morgan. His name is Morgan. He was in PDP. Right? He came out and he talked about, I think, the election that happened in Edo State. The man was very angry about the way the election was conducted, how they fraudulently just cheated the people out of the person that should be a governor or whatever the case may be. And guess what? He said he's stepping down. I think he left the PDP party because he says he wants to go behind the scenes and start to work. You don't see him on national TV anymore. You don't. He's busy, he's moving, he's doing his own thing. He said, no, he's leaving the scene because there's a lot of work to be done. That's what he said. I don't know how many of you heard that, listen to that.
I know him. I know who he is. I know
So
who you're talking
you
about.
don't even see him in the national news stations anymore. You don't see him publicly like that anymore because he's busy. So there are people who have gotten to that level. You understand? Which is fine because like I said, levels to this thing. For people like us, we have to continue to shout because for me, it was 2023 election that opened my own eyes. I didn't know all of this. I was never interested in Nigerian politics because all I remember growing up was, politics is a dirty game. So you wouldn't even think about, let me even become a party member. Those things don't cross your mind. So there has to be a lot of what's it called, empathy, right now, for some people who are still at that level of talk. Now clap, they say they enter dance. It took years for people to come on and start talking about Nigerian politics. A lot of Nigerians do not do content about Nigerian politics. They don't talk about it. Even till now, only very few people still talk about it. You have the likes of what's Adiola. Adiola is number one. Adiola and Dr. Damages, both of them, they've been on this thing forever. Those are the only two people I know. But now you're not seeing people spring up in different corners and doing their own thing. So for me, I just feel like everybody has a role to play. But when you see your level, find people when they go in that direction, in time you go even not find them now, you go find them as you go along. That's one thing I've noticed. Once you find your audience and you find your people, then you go gravitate towards them. You know, so okay, I not did this talky level, I don't pass this level where I did now execution, how we want to move this thing, this chessboard, where we want to put the king, where we want to put the queen, where we want to put this other piece for this something. That's where you are. It's not a diss to you, it's to let you know and emphasize that you have passed, not to degrade anybody, but it's just where you are. That's where you are in the scheme of Nigerian affairs. There are people, I know a few people in London that have gone to protest, not once, not twice, about this Nigerian situation. They're always showing up. They're always going there. They will go to the embassy to go and protest the issue. They will go to another place, choose another location, gather themselves, go and protest in London. You know, so everybody gets for army now. They say everybody gets their role when they play for army, for military. Now where will they be that for Nigeria? When we are talking about how we want to take the information to the grassroots, there are people in the grassroots, there are villages that have not even been touched. There are people that don't still know or understand the extent of how rotten Nigeria is, don't even know what's going on. There are people that need to hear. There are people now we need to go and meet and say, do you know that election in Nigeria is every 4 years? There are people like that we need to talk to. So these are the concerns. Not that what you're saying is wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Indeed, if we have addressed a certain situation, and of course, you remember these videos are saved. These videos that are made are saved. For anybody that wants to go and watch you, all you need to do is go click on the video, watch it. You will see all the information there. Even sometimes Aisha Yusuf, when she does her videos, sometimes some of them are repetition. It's not her. She wants to do it so that people will hear. I remember during Bring Back Our Girls. I remember Aisha, she used to do live videos. She got on Zoom, and one time there were thousands of people who calling. She'll be overwhelmed at the same time. I remember, but look at how far she has come. So some of these things, my brother, is to just keep doing what you know how to do. Now, the one I feel do now, they do. The ones I can do behind the scenes, I'm doing it as much as I can, But this matter of Nigeria,
let me ask you,
has to find a way to.
I hear you fully. I hear you fully.
Make I call the round up.
And we'll go round up now. We'll go round up. Don't worry. Would you say that you are satisfied, therefore, with everything that you just said and the conversation that we've just had? Would you say you can recognize my dissatisfaction? Which
it's not about.
No, I would agree to that. I would agree.
There is nothing about satisfaction. Satisfaction is when we have a new Nigeria. Satisfaction is when glimmer of hope. Okay, they were not able to rig this election, so the real person that was supposed to win won. Satisfaction is okay. Now we have a people of integrity in places that matter. We have ministers that know what they're doing. We have governors who can communicate clearly to their people. We have senators who are fighting for their people, and you can see them doing that. We have ministers who are actually working for that. Is satisfaction. There's no satisfaction with words. Words can only satisfy you if people now take those words, run, and actually you start to see the effect of your talk. Satisfaction is when Dele Farotimi was released. That was satisfaction. Like, oh, so all this talking was not in vain. That is satisfaction. So as a people, we have to learn to come together with different people that we don't agree with, and come to the table and say, okay, I agree. You don't like me, I don't like you. But we live in one country. Let's try and make the country work so that we can continue to dislike each other. Deal? They say deal. We move forward. We look for the common enemy and we deal with it. That is where I am at right now. That's it. So
no worries. I agree with you. I appreciate what you said. And the conversation in itself. I'll be tuning in here and there. We'll see how we flow.
No wahala. Anyway, thank you very much for being on the panel. I appreciate it. Mr. Ovie, thank you. I know so you don't go crash. Thank you very much. It's been very insightful talking and rubbing minds. It's really been very good. So we'll keep this going as much as we can. Seed, thank you very much, my Oga. Thank you. I appreciate. Mr. Pius, thank you. All of you. Quinty, Kenego don't sleep. I want to greetings. Neski, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. I will see you guys on my next one. I'm not sure about tomorrow, but I'm going to make short videos depending on what happens. And we're going to continue to have this conversation. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye. Good night.
Good night.